There we go. Hello, everyone. People Ruin Wrestling here. Just waiting for some people to come in. We're going. We are live on the People Ruin Wrestling account. Let me go and check this shit out. Everything. I could find my fucking account. First stream. There we go. I don't know if anybody's in. What's up, man? How we doing, Jaron? Good to see somebody pull through. I'm here late. I'm waiting for some more people to come in. Hopefully, people come in and shit. So, I'm just waiting. I feel you. I can hear you watching over me. Yeah, man, it's been 7 months. Well, since the last video, I think. Shaps Rex. What happened to some of your videos? I privated some of them for now. I don't know why I did that. I mean, I might go back on them and add them. Yeah, man, long time no see. If anybody wants to join the stream, I don't know if I can. I don't know how to request that. I have no idea. So, okay, yeah, we're live on the account on the main channel. Let's see if we're live. Yeah, I was live with VWE and Destructor earlier. I'm not too sure how long I'm gonna go on the channel. I don't know how long this is gonna go, but if we get some more people, hey CBV, what's going on, bro? I saw you in the last stream. Just waiting for some more people to come up in here. If you guys have any questions for me while we're waiting, you can leave them down in the comments, and I will answer them to best of my abilities. What is your favorite games ever? Okay, my favorite video games. If you couldn't tell by my profile, I love Dead Space. I've always loved the Dead Space franchise. It's always been one of my favorites. I also like I like Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter. They're cool too. Have you seen the GTA trilogy remastered? Yeah, I saw it. I'll be real. I'm not really excited for it because I mean, we're still waiting for GTA 6. It's been way too fucking long. They need to just release it already. Are you at school? No, I am not in school. I've been out of school for close to 2 years now. I am I was gonna go to college if I could have. I would have had enough credits, but I never pursued college. I don't think it was the best option for me. So I want to try to do some trade school formage and shit. So, all right. Glad to have everybody here. First stream. I sent it out on Twitter. See if everybody comes through. It's up on the main channel, so people can tune in on YouTube too. I'm surprised nobody asked me why I changed my channel name, because honestly, I'm surprised people haven't really came up in here and asked that, because I used to be known as where were you? In the live stream? I'm just at my house. I'm not anywhere. GTA 6 should be taking place in Vice City in the 80s. I mean, honestly, they need to try something different, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. That'd be really cool to play. I mean, I enjoyed GTA 5 a lot, but I mean, that shit came out 8 years ago. It's about time we get a new game. Why did you change your name? I changed my name because I didn't want to be associated with wrestling. I didn't want to be associated with wrestling. I just didn't feel like... I don't know, man. It's weird. How do you add people in? Like, if people wanted to be in here, I don't know how to do that. Have you seen NXT 2.0? Yeah, I have. I've seen clips of it. I've seen highlights of Braun Breaker and Joe Gacy. Those are two guys you should watch out for. I'm doing a Joe Gacy video soon and a Braun Breaker video. Those guys are goated. They're the best that NXT has. Everything is ruined. Yeah, I named my channel that because a lot of shit in society now is ruined. It's not just wrestling, everything. Yeah, I sent the link out to it's on my YouTube channel. I sent it out to Twitter as well, so I have to wait for people to join in if they want to. I missed you, bro, on YouTube. Man, I appreciate that, dude. I really appreciate you doing that and enjoying me because I try, man. I stopped doing videos so I could actually focus on my life, and I think that was the best decision. Yeah, hold on, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna send a link out to a couple people on Twitter, and I'll see if they want to join in. I'm gonna send a link to BHB. Why not? I'll be like, I'm live. Why not? Wrestling is dead. It's deader than it has ever been. That's why I stopped making videos because there was nothing to talk about. And a lot of the time, notification for stream. A lot of the time, oh shit! What's up, man?
What's up, everybody?
How we doing?
Pretty good.
Shit, I got some people in here. I got TJ the Prodigy in the lounge. I'm gonna add him in for a second. I got a couple people here. Who's in the private chat?
I might get this on my PC.
What's up? Oh. How you doing, bro? It's good to see you. Oh, shit, are you muted?
I'm sorry, I didn't have my mic on. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. I'm looking like, why am I talking? They ain't saying that my mic was muted. Okay. Hey, a lot of y'all cats do TWRP. I don't think I ever met Dr. CamBoss unless you're under another name. I don't think I've ever met you, but I definitely know people ruin wrestling.
Yeah, I got shouted out by TWRP a while back, and then I guess I got a following now, so I'm glad.
Nice, yeah. Cool, man. I 100% agree with you, dude. Wrestling is dead as fuck, man. It's absolutely dead. And it's frustrating to me because I've been watching it since I was 8 years old, and that was in what, 1998 or something. So it's just I'm just so frustrated and done with it. And WWE so complacent because they got so much money. Saudi Arabia's throwing them stupid money. Fox, NBC, Universal, they just getting thrown dumb money. So they're just it's hard to run fast when nobody's chasing you, so to speak. So they just don't give a fuck. And I'm just
that's true. I also think the problem is with wrestling fans, they're complacent with complacent with mediocrity, and then they're able to they take the same. That's why they get excited for these vanilla guys because they like the same shit. They don't want anything different, and that's why I think the WWE is afraid to do shit different because they think they're going to lose that small percentage of their audience. Like that's not your main audience. You need to focus on the bigger picture, which is getting casual fans back in because those are the people that make you money, not the smarks online who want Sasha Banks to beat Brock Lesnar.
Right. It's people that's actually psychotic enough to think that want that to happen. I didn't think I met psychos that bad, but holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten comments. I was gonna I made an intergender video about how it's bad for wrestling. People are like, oh well, it helps the women be more confident about themselves, and I'm like, it's a fake TV show.
Right.
It's not believable. Sasha Banks I could kick the shit out of her. I'm not even a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Even if you're a chick, you probably would beat the shit out of her. She's not very big to begin with.
No, she's not. I mean, somebody like okay, even like a big chick like a Rhea Ripley is still not believable.
You don't like Ripley too much?
Well, I like her. I think she's doing pretty good with Nikki Cross. I think they should keep them together.
Okay.
I
Fair
think they're
enough.
doing good. I think that at the time, I think they need to keep them together because I've always said this about Rhea Ripley. She has a lot of potential because she's young, but the fact that she has no character, that's really gonna affect her being in the main spotlight.
Well, I've always thought her character was supposed to be like a punk rocker or something, but I mean, granted, WWE's terrible at like running vignettes or telling you who the characters are or building anybody up. So I can get why you kind of missed that, but that's kind of what I vaguely. I mean, she's a hell of a lot better than like somebody like fucking Riho or somebody. Like she's just like Japanese chick that does nothing. Like what the fuck is she supposed to be? You know what I mean? Like
I mean, I think in WWE she's like top 10 female right now. But I can't. If her character is a punk rocker, they haven't shown us like. I've always asserted the brutality gimmick as like badass who beats people up. I think that's good, but they haven't gone further with it. There's nothing. There's no storyline and to go with a character like that. If that is her character, they need to flesh it out, but they don't do it, and that's why. Right. That's why I made videos on her claiming she sucked because I mean they weren't doing anything with her to begin with.
No, you're making great points. I get why. I mean, you wouldn't think she wouldn't have a character. And WWE, there's just something like I don't understand why all these fans are gung ho about Triple H taking over wrestling. Like he has no track record to back why he should take over Vince's company. He's done nothing but like gouge money from it since he's been over. Since Dusty died and Triple H took over, he's run that company in the ground. Like I don't know if you heard about this particular number, but from 2016 to 2017. NXT lost Vince McMahon $32 million. None of the dirt sheets talk about that because they want to talk about they want to tug Triple H and talk about all the good stuff. Nobody talks about that he lost him $32 million within a year. If he was working for me, not only would he be fired from his company, I would have fired his ass into an active volcano for losing me that much goddamn money.
I agree. I did hear about that. I heard of how like he was losing millions of dollars a year to fund a developmental brand that wasn't making while they weren't even making any new stars. The people that they were pushing were guys and girls pushing their 30s. And they okay, a good talent who's 30, that's great, but none of these talents were good. That's the problem. And I understand why they have they gotten rid of NXT UK?
No, it's still around, unfortunately.
Oh my god, they need to get rid of that because there's no new there's no stars coming up from that. The only one I can remember, the only two I can or three, Doudrop, Tony Storm, and Rhea Ripley. That's it. Those are the only people I know from NXT UK.
Yeah, the women is the highlight of the division because they do have a lot of hot women over there, and I will add to that list of people you said I like Isla Dawn too. She has a character. She's like a dark witch character or something. So and she's super hot too. So at least she has that. And it was a girl named maybe Candy Floss. I've seen her a couple times. She's super hot. She's got a little bit of charisma. So maybe her. But most of their men are absolutely useless. Walter's okay, but most of those dudes are absolutely useless. I can't even believe they even have a job in WWE, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm all for people having jobs. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, if you're it sucks to say because we're in a pandemic, but you can't be a basic wrestler like everybody else and expect to have a job. Like in my company, if you don't have a character and you can't work the mic, I'm firing you. Yeah. I don't need you in my company. I have enough flippity flop midgets as it is. I do not need another generic one in my company.
Sure.
It's like the mindset. Like before I started watching channels like TWRP, I was all for Finn Balor and shit. I didn't know anything about it until I was like a smart, and now I'm glad my eyes have been opened because they're all the fucking same.
You know what? Like that's cool, and I get what you just said, but to me, like guys like Balor never really clicked to me to begin with because guys like Balor to me should be in the cruiserweight division because I'm a big advocate because I trained as a wrestler and I'm a cruiserweight. So I'm all for cruiserweight wrestling when it's done properly, like the Rey Mysterios and the Brian Kendricks and the, Ricochets when he's booked properly. Ricochet or even a Demon Finn Balor will be a great representation for 205 Live because I grew up in the era when they had Jamie Noble, Tajiri, Hurricane Helms, fucking you name it, dude. Everybody was there. They had Billy Kidman. they had a really good cruiserweight division. And a lot of these marks now, because they grew up watching wrestling like in the 2010s when it was terrible, they didn't realize that cruiserweight wrestling was used properly in the States in WWE in like the mid 2000s. Like it was done right. And they think like, oh, it's a black eye to why would you reduce him as just a cruiserweight? No, that's because he sucks. You don't understand how to carry himself like a champion. If you carry yourself like a champion, it doesn't matter that you're a cruiserweight because you're still the champion of a whole division. That's how you're supposed to be thinking. They think like, oh, you're limited to him because it's size, and that's because they're not smart though.
See, I'm glad I have somebody like you said, you train to be a wrestler. You know what it takes to make it in the wrestling business. So I'm glad that I have somebody on here who understands, because like somebody like me, yeah, I understand how wrestling is, but I don't know how it works from the inside. I'm glad I can get that perspective. And I feel like that's something we miss. Like when we do these live streams, we don't have people on here that know what goes on and how to get it. And I'm glad that you understand that shit. That's the problem with these wrestlers. They don't understand because they're probably gaslighted backstage by the fans and the trainers backstage being like, oh, you're good. Nothing's wrong with you. You're super over, even though you get no chance from the outside.
I'll say it like, and I appreciate you having me here. Do you just go by people? Is it okay if I call you people?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll just call you people because for some, almost for or you kind of sound like elitist. I don't know if you know elitist, but y'all have a vague similar sound. I thought it was the elitist. Then I saw your name, like, oh shit, I know people who run wrestling, or because I know the elitist too. He's cool as well. Y'all voices sound kind of similar, so I just call him elitist. But I'll call you people. I first of all, I appreciate you having me here, and I can do this as much as you want, and you can get on mine. Dude. I'm newer to YouTube than you. I'm from like Periscope and Twitch and Twitter. That's when I'm from. I just got on YouTube because the censoring is annoying, but my fans kept asking me to come. I've literally been on YouTube for like 3 weeks, so I just got over here. So whenever you want to get on, I'll send you. I think we follow each other on Twitter anyway, so I'll send you a link on Twitter. If you're free, you can just hop on. Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Oh, you're from East Coast. I'm from Chicago, dude. So, but my guest host, my MMA correspondent, JoJo, he's from the Bronx, New York. So I know a lot about the East Coast. I got a couple friends from New York, a few from Jersey. I know some people over there. So the thing people don't understand about the wrestling industry, and this is why I stopped training from. First of all, I have a good job. I'm a law enforcer. I'm a public safety officer. And also my podcast is doing well. The reason I stepped back from wrestling, I still love it to watch it, and I'll still watch it when I really want to. But the reason I stepped out of from training to be a wrestler is because I thought of a couple different things. Like, nobody thinks like a professional, and they think they're going to suplex me on an apron in fucking Stillborn, Michigan in front of 50 people for $20. That's never going to happen. Like, I value my life. I don't care about wrestling that much where I'm going to cripple myself for it. So when I started seeing a lot of these guys with marks, even when I was in training school, I was like, how long you been here? They was like, I've been here 7 years. You haven't had a tryout with NXT? Oh, you're fucking playing around then. And the trainers, what they'll do is they'll make it seem like you're not ready to go on yet because they want you to stay at their school and keep collecting your money. So they look at it like that. And a lot of these wrestlers are also brainwashed. Oh, you're supposed to kill yourself for the injury. You're supposed to start. Bro, I respect everybody that came before us. The Undertakers, the Piper. My favorite 3 wrestlers are Roddy Piper, Macho Man Randy Savage, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I respect the dudes that they paid to get here. But that don't mean I got to bust my ass for $20 in today's time when wrestlers know better. The internet exists. You can look online to appraise schools like, oh, this schools don't work. It's too many reviews that they bullied their trainees and all that crap, so I'm not going to go there. So you have that accessible. But a lot of these trainers, like the Jim Cornette thinking people, because I was trained by Dr. Tom Pritchard. That's what originally trained me. Him and this guy in Chicago, his name is he wasn't a big wrestler, but his name is Luis Martinez. He trained me. Those are the people. But I was originally trained by Dr. Tom Pritchard, who's the #1 trainer of any wrestler other than Rude Boy Rudy Gonzalez, who trained Daniel Bryan and Brian Kendrick them. And I know him. I'm actually good friends with him on Facebook. But Dr. Tom trained me, and me and him got into it once because I got on Deonna Purrazzo. I love Purrazzo. Purrazzo's sexy to me. Like, a lot of people don't think she's that good. Her body's not really nothing to look at, but she's like, her face, she's gorgeous to me. And I got on her once because we were good friends. And I was like, you have to take your health seriously when you're a world champion. And then she snitched on me to Dr. Tom, and he was like, well, we can't have that type of mentality from people that came from my school. So can you take your name off Twitter that you came to? I said, why do I have to take my name down? And that's when I kind of find out he was kind of on some fuckery or whatever, because he pressured me into taking my stuff down because Deanna snitched to him because she was somewhat trained by him too. Rip Rogers originally trained her, but She was somewhat trained by Dr. Tom. So that's what they'll do. It's just too many snowflakes, and the managers just value money over training you properly. And it was just a whole lot of stuff that basically got out of the ring. I've been out of the ring since September of 2020, dude, and I haven't looked back. Now I still work out and all of that, but I haven't thought about getting in a wrestling ring. It's just like, why am I putting my money towards something that is not going to be a good return on? So that's basically why I kind of stepped out of the ring.
I mean, it's weird. Like hearing that Deonna Purrazzo situation, all you were trying to do is saying, "Hey, man, let's be a little safer."
Right.
You're the world champion. Like you're representing the entire show. You gotta be there. And if you're hurt,
I body shamed her. That's what she told him.
I think the problem is a lot of these wrestlers are so full of themselves, and they're all SJWs.
Yes,
they can't take criticism. I swear to, I started Twitter the first 2 days on Twitter. I made a meme photo of Johnny Gargano. It says how he sucks, and I tagged him in it. I'm blocked like 10 minutes later.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's Gargano. He blocked me too. He blocked me a while ago.
I had 2 followers at the time.
That shows how much the snowflake this fucker is, dude. He said, "Oh shit, Destructor, what's up, man? That's my homie. He's a Canadian. Well, tell us what this is about, man. What's up, Destructor? I love Destructor. He's awesome." But
I'm gonna add him in like 5 minutes.
Sure. But yeah, dude. I mean, you've probably were you born in the 80s or the 90s?
I was born 2000s.
Really, man? Oh, dude, you're that young. You made me feel old, dude. I was born in 91. You're smart. I'm not gonna lie, dude. You're smart, man, for your age group, because these Gen Zers are fucking retarded, dude. Now I'm gonna get them kicked off. I'm sorry, they're intellectually compromised people. You ain't hear that part. Edit that out. I didn't mean to say. They're just not very smart, and I think the drugs. A lot of them take too many drugs, and they grew up being pampered where they don't know what struggle is really like. Because when I was growing up, dude, I didn't get my first phone, which was a flip phone, until I was in like 8th grade. I was in like 8th grade when I got my first phone. Now they're like 11 or 10 with smartphones. So they don't have any type of sense of working for things. Or so the first time they run into a wall, they run into adversity, they start whining. So that's what a lot of it is. And a lot of it also is the government has pumped way more drugs and given it to kids earlier. They got these kids walking around talking about I have a disability. No, you're lazy as fuck. That's what you have. You don't have a fucking disability. You're fucking lazy. So it's refreshing to see that it's smart Gen Zers like you, man.
I think the problem with this generation is that, like you said, they don't know how to work for shit. Like for me, I got my first job when I was 16 years old, and then from there on, I started paying for everything that I needed. A lot of these Gen Zers, they and a lot of them are in wrestling. A lot of them are like the main wrestling fans on Twitter are Gen Z idiots, and I can't stand them. Like, there's a problem when, and I want to ask you this question: have you run into any of these psychotic fans that threaten your life over wrestling?
Oh man, I get into it every couple months. They got my first. This is technically my. Yeah, we do follow each other. I was just checking. This is technically my second Twitter page, and at this point, honestly, people, what I do is when I see that they're trying to like gauge or trap me into an argument, I just mute them or block them right away. I don't even engage with them anymore because I know what they're after. But yeah, I see them threaten my buddies. TWRP get it hard, dude. They always talk about threatening them. So every once in a while I will, but I usually just automatically just block them or mute them and just don't deal with it.
I think every time you have an interaction with them, it's you're never gonna win. So I will sometimes I'll say something, but at the most I'll be like, okay, this is only gonna try to ruin my reputation. I'm not falling into this trap of fake wrestling bullshit because I have other things in my life going on. That's why I took a break from YouTube. I took a break from YouTube because 1, wrestling was dead as fuck, and 2, because I didn't feel like I needed to say shit. I wasn't going to be like every other YouTuber, like the smart podcasters who say the same shit. If somebody talked about Roman Reigns and did a great video on it and talked their shit, I don't need to say anything about Roman Reigns because everybody said what they need to say about him. I'm not repetitive like that. And I respect people like Destructor and smart busters who make videos even though wrestling's dead as fuck, because at some point I did this for fun. I was doing it for fun, but when I got burnt out, I was like, I need to take a break because I didn't see what was so great about wrestling at the time.
Right. I hear you, bro. I mean, sometimes you gotta you do that. You gotta do that sometimes. You gotta disconnect. And I'm just telling my people here to come follow you on here. I'm tagging my homies. I got good people, man. I keep cool people around me. I know a lot of people do it in wrestling. Like I'm cool with Bill Apter. I'm not sure if you know who Bill Apter is because he was more of a '80s like magazine. He was a photographer. He made all the magazines. Like if you're trying to get promoted before Twitter, Bill Apter was the guy you talk to, and he's actually smart. He's not like a fucking idiot like Dave Meltzer. So he follows me. He's a very respectable figure in wrestling. And Sergeant Slaughter, I'm really cool with Sergeant. I was really cool with Thunder Rosa at one point, but Thunder Rosa, I think her people got to her and told her to stop following me. Me and Thunder was super cool, but I think they told her to stop following me. But I still respect her. It's cool. I mean, I understand she had to make a business move. But as far as I'm sorry, I forgot what you originally had asked me. I kind of went off the tour.
See that like that whole Thunder Rosa situation. I feel like because I've seen I've watched a couple of your streams on Twitch. You say what you want. You're not PC. You're not bending down to people's will. I think they saw that about you. They're like, you know what? They probably were like, I wouldn't have been surprised if they threatened her job. You know, you want your job? Stop talking to this fucking guy. Because they're dirty like that. I can see them doing that. You know, or at the very least suspending. I don't understand why people do this. Oh, shit. Oh, TJ. I'm going to remove TJ. Destructor.
God.
What the hell's going on with Destructors in the stream?
Leave. No offense, but your Triple H voice sounds like he's really constipated, and it's kind of embarrassing sometimes. No offense.
I understand. I'm trying to get better at that impersonation.
Leave that for me and TWP. Mainly me, because I'm the best at it. I can probably sing a song doing his voice. That's how good I am with it. It's too easy.
All right.
But in all seriousness, this isn't about Triple H's voice. Like, the shit you were talking about, I'm like, bruh, again, Gen Z is gay and retarded. I am a Gen Z person. I can tell you how gay they are. Like, what the fuck? And millennials, well, they're not much better. They're probably even worse because they're the ones that set up these cocksuckers. You know? When you really break it all down.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it's just like, bruh, like that shit with what TJ was talking about with like all the what was it? Thunder Rosa. I'm like, bruh, I think it's more or less Thunder Rosa just randomly unfollows people, maybe because Twitter's gay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I doubt Twitter would know who the fuck TJ is because, no offense to him, he seems like a nice guy, but he's not exactly what I would call popular.
Oh, of course, we're all not well known, but I'm gonna bring him back in here.
What's up, Destructor? What's up, man?
Stop it! You're hurting my ears there.
I
love you guys' voice.
I got something worse.
Oh, fuck.
Destructor, I think we're birthday twins too, man.
What? Your birthday's what? What is it?
My birthday's July 1st, man.
No, mine's the 9th.
Shit, my birthday's in 2 days.
Is it? Happy birthday, man.
Thanks a lot.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
We only have thing in common as birthday month. I have the same birthday as Kevin Nash, whose also birthday is July 9th, so I'm cool.
Sheldon Benjamin too. Sheldon's birthday is July 9th too.
Well, Sheldon's kind of a mid-carder. I only care about Kevin Nash because he's cool.
Well, shit. Is there anything you guys want to talk about, like about wrestling? Is there anything that interests you that you want to talk about?
I'll talk about AEW, lol.
Go ahead.
So I might as well just spoil it just for the lulz. So I've been bored on YouTube. I'm probably going to do this at some point because I'm so busy. Been watching AEW Dynamite on YouTube because I'm not watching this on TV because fuck that shit.
No, why would you do that to yourself?
because I like to torture myself. If that was the case, then I probably want to play really shitty video games like Superman 64 or Sonic the Hedgehog 2006.
I only do it because I get paid to do it. That's literally the only reason I do it.
Yeah, if I got paid to review wrestling shows, I'd fucking do it too.
Yeah, that's literally the only reason I do it. Yeah, other than that, it's just half the time I'm just fucking screaming about it. But it's just like I cannot believe the ill logic of the lack. Like, let's take the King of the Ring for example. Not to cut off Destructor, but look at the lack of thought that went into the King of the Ring. I love Zelina Vega because she actually tries to be a heel, fucking bailing heel. So I actually like Zelina Vega. But they decided that at the 11th hour that her and Xavier Woods were going to win. There was no thought that went into that at all.
Oh,
so it was
fuck
like,
yeah. It wasn't like they went backstage. It wasn't like they had an argument backstage of like, oh man, like there was a bunch of people around them like, I really think Zelina Vega should win the fucking the Queen of the Ring. Give me a fucking break. I would have had Liv Morgan win it.
Tony Storm.
Hell yeah.
Just put the crown on her butt and we call her the Butt Queen.
There we go. Dude, hey, Destructor, Tony's cool as fuck too. I don't know if you ever talked to her. She's super fucking cool, dude.
She doesn't have Twitter because of some incident that happened like way a while back, and then she just doesn't have Twitter.
Get leaked or some bullshit.
Yeah,
something like that. And then like Rhea Ripley was being like a complete cunt about it. I remember watching that whole tweet out.
Oh yeah, that she was trying to use it as backstage heat or score. I think I don't know if I think they're friends now. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Rhea Ripley was a fucking cunt back then, dude.
She still is now. She still is.
I think she's gotten a little bit better.
Nah, the only difference is now that she's just freaking they told her like shut up and not freaking spread her cuntness. You can tell by the look of her face and just how she is, and just by her association with certain clothing that's a cunt, and just the soulless factor. It's like Alberto Del Rio. Like, you know how some people, when you look at them, you're just like, okay, these guys, they have something wrong with them. They ride with demons, and Rhea Ripley is a great example of that.
I mean, I'd had casual sex with her.
I would too. I'm sure the would too. I think he's talking about her personality. Yeah.
I mean, I think she looks decent. Like her face, like I remember she used to look like a fucking She-Hulk. She actually looks pretty cute now.
Yeah, no, she's still ugly as fuck. That freaking like lawnmower haircut of hers, hell nah. Get that gay ass shit out of her. The only way I'll fuck her is like you get long hair again, tone down your makeup, and stop freaking using your muscles. Like seriously, it's disgusting. Like
under all,
I don't want to tap that.
She looks pretty good under all that makeup.
Yeah, man. Like I've seen pictures of her like with very little makeup. She's a pretty girl, man.
Yeah, she looks pretty good, man. It's just
she
like
needs a lot of work.
The thing is, well, yeah, but Stephanie. The problem is Stephanie McMahon she's so insecure, just like her fucking husband, that they take all the hot chicks. Because my favorite ever, I don't know if y'all know about this, is Mandy Rose. Because I tweet about it often. And Mandy's probably one of those people that they don't want her to talk to me either. But she's cool. I know she's cool. I've talked to her before. Mandy's so fucking hot, dude. They sent her to NXT when she's the most talented. She's way more now. Charlotte's the only 4 horsewoman I don't mind. You know, like she's over fucking push, of course, but she's actually good. The other 3, you can get rid of all of them. I don't care about the other 3, but Mandy Rose has been training since 2015. She is a better in-ring worker than all of them, and she throws one of the best running knee strikes I've ever seen. For a person
she's been over. She's consistently been over too.
She was.
I mean, she's just easy on the eyes. She is money. Like her gimmick is what wrestling needs. Like if I'm gonna care about women's wrestling, make it more like this, okay? Like make that freaking like have these freaking hot broads be like, well, pretty much being a bunch of bitches. That's all you need to do. Fuck this gay ass feminist garbage you have now. No one gives a shit about that. This is how you do it, people. Like, come on.
I agree. Yeah, you got to make it where the hot chicks are doing hot stuff, and I think they're doing a glimpse of that. Hopefully, they get the clue tonight on SmackDown because I think these 2 girls are still there. They did that a little bit with Zelina Vega and Liv Morgan the last couple weeks where they had them like yapping at each other at the announcer's table and they're about to fight. I'm like, dude, this is what we need to see. We need to see hot chicks. It need to be booked almost like, even though I hate this shit, this reality TV shit, it need to be booked like Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's how you book your women division, where they got issues with each other and they just beat the shit out of each other. That's how you book a show.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. problem is you're gonna get much better chicks because no offense to Zelina Vega, I'm like, bruh, you looking like a chihuahua. I can't tap that. I'm like, yuck. Even if you put a paper bag over your head, I'm like, hard pass, pal.
You know what's
Liv
weird?
Morgan, okay, I'll take you. You're
You know what's
nice.
weird with a lot of these girls? Like, they have great bodies, but then their face is like whack.
Yeah,
Look
they
at
just-
Nikki Bella. Like she's attractive almost everywhere, except her face looks like horse shit. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, that's true. That's
What's
a
up,
good
DST?
Oh, what's going on, guys?
How we
How you
doing?
one.
Okay, so as I was saying before about the what was it? The gay W shit. Yes. I'm watching on YouTube because spoiler warning, I'm decided why not? I'm gonna do a little theme videos down the line all about AEW, give my 2 cents, and
Right.
maybe AEW can get better from my creative genius because apparently everything I do it just freaking prints money.
I'm sorry. Did I say something? TJ the project.
No, he said he was gonna he could only stay for a certain amount of time. He might be backing out to fix something or whatever. I don't know.
All right.
He just messaged.
All right, man. So, sorry
Yeah,
I didn't get
yeah,
to meet you properly, TJ.
Yeah, he's heading out. Thanks a lot, TJ. I enjoyed your company, bro.
That's just friggin' that's why I'm doing AEW. So I'm like I'm gonna do like videos. So like I don't know what it's not finalized, but the only things I guaranteed I've confirmed are my problems with AEW, Young Bucks suck, and like freaking like the good about AEW. I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna have a placeholder. Maybe I'll do a truth about CM Punk when I'm doing this around Full Gear. So that should be like in about a few weeks.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
And plus, I may or may not, if I can find the matches, if I can find the right shit, I may even do a review on the pay-per-view, just because I know it'll get me viewers, and I probably will shit on most of these matches, because I fucking hate this. Because most of the AEW matches that I've seen are like, especially on how it is on when I'm watching Dynamite, it's like, it's boring, it's stupid, especially if it's involving anything with the Elite. If it's especially with the Elite, it's going to be garbage, outside of Hangman on Page, who's like, okay, I guess.
I don't mind Hangman Adam Page. He just got too much of that indie shit with him, and it's like the same thing. Like some of these guys have to, like Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, Adam Page, like some of these guys from Lucha Underground. These guys were passable. The thing was they had their own character and they were doing their own shit. They are with that indie-rific style where they feel like the match sells over the storyline and is so stupid and dragged out.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't. It has no pacing, and I may actually like to talk about this soon because there's this guy on Twitter. No one knows who he is. The only person I've ever seen that him and I have seen following is like fucking Double Z TV. Is like he was talking about how like these matches nowadays are like slow as fuck, and I'm realizing yeah that makes sense. So I might as well talk about the lack of speed in wrestling. Andy Ruiz, I know I'm super late about this. Freaking. Fear Mudvayne's on. Shit, I don't fucking know. Death Blooms or some shit. Happy? I have no fucking clue. It's been a bit since I listened to that band, but that's neither here nor there.
Now, DST, you said you're an Eagles fan?
No, I'm a Niners fan.
Oh,
I was
right.
making a joke over. It was actually technically a joke over you because you said that you were from Jersey and you were an Eagles fan.
Oh, yeah.
Those are
Oh,
two struggles.
God.
Those are two struggles. That New Jersey's like the autistic stepchild of New York.
You live in Jersey?
Yeah.
The only reason why it still exists is because the Giants and Jets play shitty football there. That's
Nice.
honestly it. And there used to be good rappers back in the 90s.
What about your New Jersey Devils?
Hey, you know what? Destructor, we don't need that right now, okay? The season just started. I don't need this crap right now. Miami, my favorite teams, the only one that's doing well is we just beat the defending NBA champions in our season opener. That's good. I'm satisfied.
Well, I'm just saying, New Jersey, they have the hockey team, and they used to be good, except like recently. But like they were really consistently good, like for a long time. They won 3 cups for God's sakes.
Hey, if there was a Devils fan in the community, I know a Red Wings fan in the community, I'm gonna shit on him.
They'll probably be Double Z TV because he's from that area.
You can shit on me all you want. I'm a fucking Flyers fan.
Oh.
I do that because I fucking hate the Flyers. Fuck those gay ass faggots. The only way they'll ever win their cups is by being a bunch of cheapskates, and ever since they got their ass handed by Montreal, they always go to the finals and lose. Like, at least Boston can win a cup or two.
Yeah,
The
we
fuck-
fuck.
I don't like how it works, especially when it comes to hockey off like free agency. I understand that they are really more in tone with finding key players, especially when it comes to like depth. Like, and depth is more important in hockey than it is in basketball. I'm sorry to break it to you guys. If you
Sure.
have two to three big, amazing black guys that can play basketball, you got a championship team. If you don't have enough decent, like steadily young or good veterans on your defensive unit or your wings or even a good center
You need a
Good
goalie
luck.
too.
and a good goal, an above average, no fuck Pacarine, like an above average goalie.
Beccarini, he used to be an elite goalie. Now he's just a retired jobber. Like,
You
you guys
You
don't even
can't
have
be
a goaltending.
just don't be conservative in the off season. You know who fucks us up the most? The
Don't be
Hurricanes.
don't be over liberal too, because you can like fuck yourself in the ass, okay? Because there's like retard contracts that exist for a good fucking reason, okay? Like, look at the Maple Leafs. They fucked themselves by doing the dumbest contracts possible. Hi, let's overpay our freaking overhyped star players to contracts that they don't deserve. Hi, we're the Hurricanes. We also do really dumb shit. Let's just piss off the Canadians by getting their pick because fuck you.
Yo,
Like, bruh.
Destructor,
What?
I wanted to run this by you. Do you think if they added it, do you think an NFL team could work in Canada?
Probably only Toronto and Montreal, only because those are the cities with money. And even
Yeah,
and
those are
even
the cities- they're
and
the
even
only
then,
notable
Montreal, I
project-
doubt they will actually. I doubt even Montreal would care because fucking no one really watches football that much in Montreal anyway. The only thing those French fucks care about is their fucking hockey team. They would care. They would care. The Quebecers would care more about the dead ass Quebec Nordiques than fucking some new like sports team that's from the NBA or NFL for shit's sakes. They'll care about a dead hockey team that's been dead for almost 20 plus years, for God's sakes.
DST, is Trey Lance starting for you guys now?
I think no, I think they still rotate him over with Garoppolo. I haven't heard any injuries.
Who would you start?
Over for this Garoppolo. Rookies, this season we have a shit amount of rookies. If I've seen in a sequence a combined 7 picks in just a sequence of plays. You're telling me that? I mean, I blame the O-line for Justin Fields. Trevor Lawrence has his own problems. Trey Lance just can't stay consistent when it comes to completions. So I would still bench him. I would give him a year like they did for Patrick Mahomes. Bench him, give him some plays, probably in garbage time, until next year you get rid of Garoppolo if Garoppolo doesn't, deserve the money.
Yeah, he's an inconsistent passer, but he's a great runner. I'll say that.
Everybody in the fucking NFL is a great runner.
That's true,
Below
yeah.
25. You're like nobody has a cannon arm anymore. Everybody's a pussy or either can't stay healthy for under 5 years, and then you trade them.
I mean, we were talking about fucking Jalen Hurts as being horrible.
Josh Allen can run. Literally, best passer in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers can run. Mahomes
Kyler Murray.
can run, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. Yeah, you're right. Sam Darnold if he wants to. The only person that can't run is fucking fat fuck Ben Roethlisberger, but he's like near 7 foot, so it doesn't really matter. Rapist, piece of shit. You're the only way you're going to be in the Hall of Fame is shit fans like the Steelers because you gave them 2 Super Bowls. I hope the Steelers organization deserves to die. I swear to God, they're overhyped.
Yeah, and there were fans that didn't want fucking Bradshaw in the Hall of Fame because he had a problem with his fucking coach. Give me a fucking break. He made your franchise.
He kind of made.
So I guess both of you hate all the teams in Pittsburgh for all sports teams because you're from both Jersey. You hate everything from Pittsburgh.
When the Penguins consistently go to the Cup, I always, I want them to win.
I want to knife a puppy whenever I see the Penguins in the finals. Every goddamn time.
What the fuck?
I mean, you're just salty that the Penguins have just won 2 cups lately, while your Devils haven't even hit the Stanley Cup Finals since. Bro, ever since the Devils lost their Stanley Cup Finals to the LA Kings, where they got lucky to be there, they've just been down the tubes. I mean, My team's not doing much better because they're fucking jobbers right now, but it's the truth right now.
Yeah,
I will say this for your Devils: if they were not in the division that they were, they may actually have a chance to make the playoffs. Will they make it? I doubt it, but they would have a chance. Like, considering you actually are improving your team, unlike some other teams.
How
Unlike
come we
Buffalo.
weren't an expansion franchise from the 2010s to 2000s?
Because the Devils came around the 80s, and they've been having a freaking loyal enough fan base.
What are you, a fucking hockey historian, Destructor?
I know all my That's the only
Canadians are always hockey historians. It's like black guys knowing what the 90s were. Even black kids know what happened back in the 80s. It's like,
it's like black people knowing rap. It's like black people knowing rap music, like nothing. Like, come on.
Right, I'm not trying to get fucking demonetized off YouTube.
Well, it's true with most, not all, but still.
No, but it just belongs in the area. Obviously, Destructor has a history from where he lives, like where I live. Like, I was a bit more urban, so I know a lot more basketball and football than I know about hockey and baseball.
Again. Though Toronto could probably have a football team. That's because they're in their basketball and football. I hate Toronto, and I heard their city's like a complete dump, but they have successful basketball and friggin' baseball team. If they can have that, then they can have an NFL team.
Because any place can have baseball, even if MLB expanded to Tokyo,
except for Montreal,
popular as shit over there.
Except for freaking Montreal, that they'll just fucking fold again like they did in the 90s, and then
how
they'll
many times
allegedly claim that Montreal would have won the World Series that one year. I'm like, doubt it. That's what some people say. I doubt it, though.
You know how many times the NFL has tried to fail to get into the fucking Euro market? Where they had their own Euro League that was like NXT UK but less rapists.
Yeah, for real.
And then they had, and of course, if you have seen an NFL game, you have heard that certain teams play in London where you get as much ratings as the fucking any Rampage against SmackDown ratings. Nobody watches a fucking
Speaking of ratings,
and they air at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Nobody's awake to watch that shit over here.
Oh yeah. Speaking of ratings, I heard allegedly that Roads on the Top got canceled.
Oh yeah, it did.
Wow.
You deserve it.
Fuck you, Cody Rhodes. Kill yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
CamBoss, opinion, thoughts on that?
Go get raped by your dog.
Cody Rhodes. If you're watching this, Cody Rhodes, don't kill yourself, because if you do that, you know where you're going, boy.
Please, I think he already signed his ticket to hell. Look at his face. Like, he's another guy. If you look at him, he looks like he's controlled by demons.
Push Barry Fire, Kenny Omega, R-Truth, and Cody Rhodes. I'm pushing
Push R-Truth.
I'm burying Cody Rhodes, and I'm firing Kenny Omega.
He is a low-key good talker back on TNA.
Great promo, too. Great promo, good charisma.
R-Truth is just talented all around. This guy got overlooked.
Hell yeah.
He makes Vince laughs. And I swear, Vince has the most immature humor just looking at the show. It's like, I got another
R-Truth
pal.
Hey, R-Truth should be on NXT 2.0. Like, legit. I want to do a feud with Joe Gacy. That would be perfect. Like,
what
Vince.
Joe Gacy cancel him with?
Exactly. No, they can have a feud, and Joe Gacy can try to be like kissing up his ass, and R-Truth like fucking like slaps him or something. Oh yeah, toxic masculinity. Yes, I agree. Here's what the storyline could be: Joe Gacy tries to simp for R-Truth because he's black. So then R-Truth is like, "Yo, dog."
Sympathizer. Make him a sympathizer. Make him a black sympathizer.
Yes, that's perfect. But then R-Truth is like, "Yo, dog." Like R-Truth like starts to get serious again. He's like, "Yo, dog, get the fuck out of here!" And he exudes his masculinity. And Joe Gacy gets heartbroken by his toxic masculinity, and they just to go.
I thought I was one with the brothers. I thought I was one with the brothers.
Yes.
Push Barry Fire, Finn Balor, Roderick Strong, or Adam Cole. I'm pushing,
fire all of them.
Fire all of them. They're all gay and not good.
What part of them have any charisma? What part? Adam Cole. It was like somebody literally asked, why did you
hate Adam Cole's theme song so fucking much, especially his AEW one, where it's like, you know, it's all about the woo! It's like a gay ass Rage Against the Machine knockout. Baby, I like to kiss man. It's so fucking trash. Doing Canadian destroyers, doing slap kicks, because that's all I know how to fucking do. Like, come on. And you know it's all about the peg, Brick Baker. Like, Adam Cole, gay.
Okay, that's gonna make certain people in the chat feel old. I'd rather see incestuous Paul Burchill trying to fuck his sister back in the ECW than whatever in the fuck these guys ever do on TV. I am shocked that they even pushed him back in 2016. Finn Balor just air humps and shows his abs with no personality. Honestly, what part of the demon character is interesting? All he does is, I'm the demon. And if I get mod, I wear my Darth Maul blackface paint.
Boobies.
Titty. Roderick Strong just does a Claymore kick. That guy has nothing. I swear to God.
Adam Cole.
Fat Eddie Edwards is better.
Adam Cole can talk, but the problem is he looks like Mr. Mackey if you freaking make him into Gumby. So he's like, that's what Adam Cole is. Gumby mixed with Mr. Mackey. Then freaking like, not only that, he just has no character. Like, yeah, he can talk in the mic, but if you have no character, you're going nowhere.
He should have just taken that manager role that I think they said Bruce Pritchard pitched that shit to him to be a manager of Keith Lee. He should have just taken that, because now he's just a forgettable fucking jobber on AEW. He wanted to do that so fucking bad.
Well, his friends are in AEW, so I'm not surprised he went there. Even if he wanted to do that idea, I think like his friends would convince him go to AEW. And Finn Balor, well, he just sucks. Tommy Dreamer, overrated garbage. Yeah. He's garbage. Okay, take away his cuck shit, like his freaking embarrassing crap that he does. He's just not a good wrestler. He's just not a good wrestler. Like, he's just boring. Like,
I don't agree with him getting canceled about what he said on a Dark Side of the Ring.
I don't give a shit how they get canceled. He's fucking irrelevant. So who fucking good riddance to him? Like fucking.
I love how wrestling fans will just try to cancel anybody, no matter where you're from. Like you could be a random bum off the street. You said something about Sasha Banks' hairline. You'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna cancel you now."
Yeah, it's just like the only time Tommy Dreamer can ever have anything good is like literally get carried by Raven. Facts. And even Raven did
carry him. Raven's an actual good talent. Unlike
what's sad? When Tommy Dreamer finally beat Raven, fucking legit, Tommy Dreamer was like, no, I'm going to lose him. Like, bruh, even Tommy Dreamer knows he's a fucking jobber compared to, like, one of the most underrated talents ever.
Yeah, Raven was from New York's cool, father. He has a triple neck, and he has as much necks as his decades he spent in the business.
Samoa Joe's freaking boobies has less freaking fattening than freaking Tommy Dreamer's neck. Like, bro,
why is he still in the show? I'm being honest. Like, he's still doing hardcore matches with barely enough selling, and nobody watches. I'm being honest. People are still asking for Bubba Ray Dudley to turn to his Bully Ray phase when he actually had a cool character. I actually like Bully Ray back on TNA. That was actually showing more character.
Doubt he will ever do that. I think he's just retired. He's gonna do his like busted open radio fucking shit, and that's about it. And where he's gonna like talk about his opinions and shit.
He's just gonna say Mark Henry.
EC3 is a decent talent.
EC3 is boring.
He's boring, but he used to be able to cut promos, but now he's
I hate his TNA shit.
He's awful. Like, he just sucks. Like, he has a good physique, and that's it. Like, this guy was terrible. He was part of the reasons why I just completely have, like, stopped, like, liking TNA. Like, okay, TNA was going downhill in, like, 2011, 2012 and shit like that. But, you can still watch some stuff and be like, this is fine. Like, Kurt Angle or, like, Bully Ray and AJ Styles or something. And, like, some of the women, they were doing their shit. But it was still, like, not as good as it once was previously. Once, like, 2013 happened, once they started pushing EC3, once they're doing that Dixieland shit and all that crap, I was like, fuck TNA. Like, this was just, I can't. It was just too much. Like, I just never, like, EC3, he's just a complete failure. Like, he's what you call a legacy of failure, minus the championship gold that Dolph Ziggler had. Mm-hmm. Like, I swear, the only people that like EC3 are probably, like, anti-smarks because they want to fucking suck his freaking cock because they're gay.
Yeah, a lot of anti-smarks fall into that bubble where it's like, okay, a guy can cut a promo, he has a good physique. Or actually, he'll just have a good physique, and anti-smarks are like, oh, he's different. Oh, yeah,
or they're just big because Keith Lee has a shit physique, and yet they liked him.
He acts like an intellectual savior.
Alex Hammerstone has good charisma because he has abs. That means he should be put.
So it's funny. Like Anti-Sparks are going good physiques and shit. So you should like Finn Balor then because he has a good physique, even though he's a midget. But for a midget, he looks. He has a look to him as a midget. Like even if it's gay.
He's a good cruiserweight. That's it.
He's just an average cruiserweight that just does kicks and like.
Well, he's just one of the worst wrestlers on the roster. He's easily in the top 10. Like he's just
fuck
really
yeah.
stiff.
Easily top 5 worst wrestlers on the roster. NXT, NXT UK, all of them. Top 5.
Nah, I think I can think of 5 worse than him. That's the sad thing.
Can we talk about NXT UK? Why is
go
that
ahead.
still in existence? Why is this still in existence? It goes
Because the pedophile agenda. Well, let me tell you this, No. Let me tell you this. I'll fucking
Because they want to give everybody jobs. They want to feel like they're they want to have that thing. I guarantee you, it's probably because of MJF.
They just have nothing for them. They're not going to elevate over to the roster. Their style's never going to translate over to the mainstream. And most of these guys are just barely getting built up because it's just another Euro fag fed. It's
the only people I know from there. The only people I know from there is Rhea Ripley, Tony Storm, and fucking Doudrop. That's it.
And Walter. That's all I know.
And Walter. That's all their. That's like their main star. Oh, and Pete Dunne maybe. Pete Dunne.
Oh yeah, Pete Dunne and Tyler
WWE fans. Not even WWE fans like Doudrop. Shout out to Chisel Adonis. That guy went over like he likes Bianca Belair, but he fucking hates Doudrop because it's like, bro, it's covering everything, bro. We know as soon as she takes off all those overgarments, she's gonna take a massive shit. This is why Saudi Arabia is flammable, because whenever she comes out the bathroom, her fart fumes are flammable as soon as you.
Well, I mean DST. I mean, I think the sad people that defend her should probably give enough reason why they hate her. It's not like
they call her thick, but not Tony Storm. What?
Bro, that ass. I literally, you could think of so many things to do with that ass.
Well, look at Tony Storm.
You can't say it on the channel, bro. You don't want to demonetize yourself, man. Come on, control yourself.
I've learned. You know what? Screw it. Honestly, do you guys think that? I think they're dropping the ball with Tony Storm, bro. They're not using her the right way.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're just they had her job up to Zelina Vega.
Who the fuck is Zack Sabre Jr.?
Sabre Jr.
I have no idea who that is. Jaron James, never heard of him.
He's a skinny technician jobber.
I know what he is.
Oh, then he's fucking terrible. Let's get back onto Tony Storm. Fuck Zack Sabre Jr.
He's British, so that's another reason why I hate him.
I would let her sit on my. I mean, she has amazing charisma.
Her work rate is absolutely amazing. It's so crisp.
I swear he said absolutely. I swear he said absolutely.
Oh, TJ, the Prodigy's back. What the fuck? All right, I'm gonna let you go, CamBoss.
Okay, but in all seriousness, thoughts on MJF? He's okay. I think he's a better. He's a kike Miz. MJF is what happens if the Miz was a kike and actually had some talent.
Oh my god.
Peace out, Destructor. Sorry. Oh shit.
I've actually got back for law. I just wanted to give you guys my YouTube just in case y'all want to get on or something like that.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, sure.
Put it in the main chat.
MJF, I feel like MJF has good potential. I just feel like AEW, they have no idea how to elevate whenever it comes to their mid card to be main eventers. But I do feel like he's a bit overhyped.
Honestly, he has the potential to be like their top star, but I agree, he's very overhyped. Like people say he's better than Roman Reigns, which is that's just like the most idiotic thing I've ever heard in my life.
He does 80s, bro. He just does 80s promos, and he tries to cater over to the anti-smarks. That doesn't mean he's like number one top guy in the company.
Yeah, Tony Storm should beat Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship because I know they're just switching it over. Yeah, Tony Storm should beat Becky Lynch. I'd pay to see that. I would love
Childbearing hips should always get over.
Hell yeah.
All right. Next is going to be Naomi for like 1 second so she can get buried so people can do that dumb shit on Twitter again where she deserves it, all because she sucks off one path of the Usos.
I don't get I don't get the hype behind Naomi. I've never gotten it for years.
She can twerk.
Okay, but that like literally Tony Storm has everything that Naomi does, but she does it like 10 times better.
Well, here's the thing, like Tony Storm has like a look that makes her look like, you remember Ashley Menuno from the 2000s?
Yes.
Like that but better and hotter. Like she's
got a rock star look.
She has a rock star look. She can be a tomboyish rock star babyface. You can book her over, just give her a cool catchphrase, possibly put her in a story with a boyfriend, not Dolph Ziggler. Hell no. You give her if you say you're putting a guy in a storyline involving a love triangle with a guy who fucked Amy Schumer, you got. And that woman's now married to a dude with Asperger's. There's like a down the bottom. You're hitting the mantle, and that's a part of the crust. But oh man, just awful.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think I'm gonna bring Destructor back in here soon, but yeah, Toni Storm. Like, I can name some talents that dropping the ball with. They're dropping the ball with Toni Storm. She would have been my pick to win the Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, it would be that, but it's like I don't really care because they never treat the Queen of the Ring like anything. You ever hear them address any benefits that you get from winning this stupid tournament? Not even for the King of the Ring.
At least with the mixed match challenge, they added like you'd go in 30 in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that was like at the last minute at the Royal Rumble, so R-Truth can get something to do for a comedy spot. Yeah. And then he gets hurt by Nia Jax legitimately, because that Nia Jax is just a fat cunt. I hope she gets released. I hope she gets goddamn released.
She's only here because of The Rock. That's it.
She's fat. She's fucking fat.
If she wasn't related to The Rock, she would have been fired years ago.
Let me tell you fucking this about Nia Jax, okay? There's a fucking, 30.3% chance that she's gonna lose all that fat. But then you add on to the fact that she freaking eats a bunch of chicken and donuts and a fucking bunch of stuffed crust pizza. There's like a freaking 11.1% chance of actually her losing that fat ass, and she's a certified 100% fat ass. Alright, motherfucker? Like, that's what the fucking truth is.
Well, I want to, Nia Jax. Someone say that she's a good worker when there's a Japanese girl that she caused her entire career to be a mother now. She has injured R-Truth. Literally, she never gets any good pops. She never gets over. She keeps getting fatter every time she gets injured. Like, literally, you get rehab, dieting, and surgery. That constitutes the weight loss. And she gets fatter. She's
fat. She's fucking fat.
There's no discipline backstage. Nobody's telling her to lose fucking weight.
No, because they have this thing backstage where you're welcomed. Welcome to our family.
Remember when they told fucking Yokozuna to drop like 120 pounds, and when he couldn't, didn't they fire him?
I remember they do that for an NBA player. If you don't lose weight, you don't get $100,000 bonus on your contract.
If they told me I'd get an extra 100K to drop 50 pounds, I'd be on that diet the next fucking day.
And how not? You're going to be an NBA player, and you have enough to afford a personal trainer. You're telling me you couldn't do that pronto before the deadline?
Look at LeBron, bro. LeBron spends $1 million on his body every fucking year. He's always in great shape.
Yeah, man. I mean, I would always try to play 81 games using Just for Men while wearing a do-rag while in my late 30s.
Well, to be fair, I think the money from China helps him out, because
I wish we had Gavin in here, bro.
You need to get Gavin in here. You need to get Gavin and Smooth Caplocks in here at the same time.
I tried sending it out. Nobody fucking joined.
Just freaking message them and just be like, hey, yo, you want to fucking, join the stream? So we just need Gavin and Smooth Caplocks and J Rance.
That's exactly what I'm doing right now. I sent J Rance a link. I'm gonna send let me send Gavin one.
I want the LeBron sexual in here so I can bully him because hashtag bully Gavin. That's the new bully trend right here.
I think LeBron. I mean, I respect LeBron achievement wise and ability wise. I don't think he's
he's not the GOAT. Michael Jordan is, and I'm not even a basketball fan, and I know that's fact.
Wilt Chamberlain's the GOAT. I think LeBron is the best in this current decade. I mean, in the last decade.
I don't even know who's like the best of what. All I know is I'm just gonna be like, I'll follow Stephen Curry just to piss off LeBron fans.
Stephen Curry, all he does is shoot. He's just light skinned. When's the last time you heard of a Hall of Famer that's a light skin?
Who cares? I mean, if the man won how many championships and gets 3-pointers and does it well, he's doing something right.
He's doing something right. And people bitch, Do you think Finals MVP really finalizes if you're a Hall of Famer or not? He won 2 MVPs and made it to the NBA Finals for the majority of the decade.
Yeah, and
While
he's won like
leading-
what, four or five championships at least.
and leading in records that hasn't been broken in over 20 years. You're telling me that this guy doesn't deserve the rappy? Like, stop bitching all because you're a Detroit Pistons fan. You guys, the only relevance Detroit Pistons has is Isaiah Thomas sexually assaulting WNBA players, and all they are transgender butch dyke cunts that think they deserve more pay than LeBron James, all because they have vaginas and they can't make an interesting game of basketball.
Well, it's just women's sports in general. Okay, women's sports is just garbage. It's just not interesting. Like, you know, there's a reason why none of these broads get paid as half as much as say you're fucking third, fourth line jobber or something. Like, okay,
I don't know, Destructor, man. You show me. I'll send you some Olympics female volleyball, and you go beach volleyball, and you go right back to me telling me
the work rate. Oh, you're gonna be for the work rate, pal. Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I really like the spin that they get on the ball when they spike it.
Especially when it jiggles. I mean, the athleticism.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, but realistically, most people don't care about women's sports anyway because it's just not as athletic. Really, that's just a fact.
And they're not good. Like the WNBA players aren't that great.
That's why I'm like, why the fuck is WWE putting this stock in like this women's wrestling crap when women's wrestling is just garbage? Okay, you just make it have hot broads that can do basic moves and then they can fuck off. That's why you don't push them to the main event for the most part at all, because if you do, they're gonna start bitching about they're not getting them. Like this, like look at like fucking that New York that one show, Madison Square Garden. It just showed that fucking you just don't do that. But no, we have to have this woke equality bullshit. Like fucking like fuck off. And they're not even equal at all in terms of promos, fucking like anything. Like nah. Like the best female wrestler that you can find won't even like stack up to like fucking the best male wrestler in the world, which what the best male guys like what Roman Reigns or something right now, most likely people are gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Then who the hell they're gonna say is the best Who do they say is the best female wrestler in the world right now? So I can prove my point.
Tessa Blanchard.
Becky Lynch.
Well, Tessa Blanchard is not relevant not nowadays, so she doesn't matter. Like we gotta go for right by the moment.
Probably Becky Lynch.
Probably Becky Lynch.
Or Bianca Belair.
Wait, I'm sorry. No, time out. Everybody keeps saying fucking Becky Lynch. You know, since she's been gone over a year, there hasn't been a headline or teaser of her coming back.
That's how relevant she isn't to the product.
I probably just say Bianca.
Exactly.
I think most people are going to say Bianca.
I mean, do you guys like Bianca? I think she's talented.
I hate her. She's garbage.
I think Sasha Banks was all right, but she just has no personality to her. Literally, it's like
boring.
They just slap a name to these chicks and they think it's a personality. I'm the boss. I'm the man. That's a great symbolism for how all these women get over. Don't you know it always correlates to what the men already do to make sure these women get over?
Exactly. Wow. Like, why the fuck would I want to watch something when you're just ripping off like something that the dudes already did, and they've done it way better than you ever could because you don't got the talent level that they do. Like, just shut the fuck up.
People already watched King of the Ring. I want to see the Queef of the Ring. Is that going to be there?
Like legit, I have never seen anyone being excited for like the Queen of the Ring. Like, get on to this
Nobody
shit.
asked. None of those women were even like potential stars. Like
except for like Liv Morgan and Toni Storm, and even then.
That's it.
And even then, they're not like super great. They're just hot. They're just good to look at, especially like Liv Morgan.
They're just potential. They're not well known. Like fuck it, you could have done this whole Queen of the Ring thing back in the PG era with Kelly and Trisha. At least you can profit those over. Like you've seen these women in magazines. You've seen like they have some accord because you can put these women in Playboy. People would care because you're seeing hot chicks and they're possibly going to have a storyline because people don't always like pay attention because of course the Divas era, but at least you knew who Kelly was, Rosa Mendez, Summer Rae. What happened to that chick?
She left, I think.
She left. She was in NXT for a while and then gone.
Eve Torres. I That chick was beautiful.
Even
Torres
people know who the fuck Eva Marie is.
Eva Marie.
Even though Eva Marie is like garbage, that's the fucking thing.
She's garbage, but at least she has like a way to conduct heat, and she does a good job about that.
She
knows she doesn't
heat.
have to wrestle.
Nobody else on the roster can get heat like her.
Nobody, and guess what?
Only because Virgin nerds hate her.
Yep.
Because she doesn't have to fucking wrestle to prove a point that people don't have to like her. Same thing with Sable. No one talks shit about her matches. The only reason you cared about her was literally the whole bikini contest shit with Jacqueline and her shit that she does to get heat. Even when she showed up on WCW over constraints she had with WWF, WWF had to scoop her up and give her money because she was a star. She was a bigger draw, as big as a draw as Steve Austin at the time. So you tell me how priority women were back in the 90s to now these she-males that can't even draw in their own all-women's pay-per-view. It's stupid to me. It's stupid to me.
I mean, can we agree that there's like no women's draws right now?
No.
Nope. Well, there's no draw in general like nowadays. Like, I don't want to hear anyone's a draw. Like, no. Roman Reigns is not a draw. He's not going to be. All right, McIntyre's not a draw. Like,
They're
no
flatliners.
That most they're just people that can like maybe like sustain the ratings, but won't like. That's at best. Like, that's all you got. Like, what guys like Orton? He's not a draw. He never was. Like freaking Roman, like McIntyre, like Lashley. They're just there that just freaking maintain the ratings, and even then, the ratings are still going down. I mean, it's not their fault specifically because they're doing the best they can, but it's just because you have such fucking like god awful like garbage like Big E.
When the rest of the show is shit, it doesn't matter if like even if like let's say Brock Lesnar was a draw, he couldn't sustain the show because the entire fucking show is complete garbage.
Yeah, you know why? You know why the show is complete garbage, and I blame this over probably to Vince, but also to most of the writing crew. They just can't adapt to modern times. They don't know how to adapt to the 2020s or what people are interested to or what type of way they want to see fights. Like, honestly, you think people care about, I'm just here to see you wrestle and you wrestle around the world?
Nope.
No, they care about drama. That's why boxing gets a lot of, that's why YouTubers clouding over what boxing is getting more of a draw than whenever Brock Lesnar wrestles Roman Reigns, because these guys want to bring up personal lives. They insult each other's family. They go over doing this for popularity. They look like superstars and they try to make each other look bad until they beat the shit out of each other, do something outrageous. That's literally how the Attitude Era was.
Well, exactly. It was just the problem is wrestling now. They just don't understand. Like, no one understands like who's freaking like in that shit to like freaking like makes like, oh my god, this is what you gotta do. WWE is just freaking look at WWE. It's mostly just out of touch corporate woke people. Like, that's just what it is. It's either you're out of touch or you're a woke fucking like dork.
And there's too many egos backstage that think they're right.
Exactly.
The Street Profits.
Fuck the Street Profits. Nobody cares about those fucking goons. Okay,
they're just a happy. They're just a happy Crime Time. They're just happy Negroes. They don't steal.
At least Crime Time were cool back in the day.
I loved Crime Time.
This isn't about those sports.
For me, I'm black, and I found the Crime Time funny, even though it was a basic urban stereotype. I loved it
because they did funny shit. Like, everything that the Street Profits does is generic. Fucking, it's something that a fucking a little kid would find funny.
Exactly. They're garbage, but nobody cares about those fucking faggots.
What the fuck did Paul Heyman see in them?
Because Paul Heyman's a fat mongoloid moron.
He's always been a match mark. I never fucking knew that.
Because of ECW. You know how ECW advertised? They're like, we had hardcore Japanese strong stuff. They never advertised the stars.
Yeah, that's the problem with ECW. Like, it was a cool show, like, admittedly back in the day because it was edgy and shit. Like, Paul, like, yeah, he was a mark, but he at least was a cool mark back in the day. Like,
and he was a good writer.
Yeah,
true. He did come up with like some of the stuff, like the Raven stuff, like with the Cole and all that.
I can never take that away from him. Like, when he was writing for SmackDown,
Kurt Angle. That could have been a big change.
Oh fuck yeah!
They dropped the ball on Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle just wanted to leave and fucking like whatever, so they never got to see his full potential.
Because of the crucifixion, because of the Tommy Dreamer and Raven storyline. No, I think that was Sandman and Raven.
Well, yeah, that's true, but still, like back then it was cool and edgy and shit. But like
Yeah.
Like freaking like the problem is back to like the freaking like no one knows what they're doing in wrestling. Like where I know WWE is, they're all stupid. Then you have like AEW, they're woke, but they're freaking like they're a bunch of like fake edgy freaking like match marks. Okay, like they think their shit is cool and shit, but they're just nothing but marks, and they're also woke too. Like fucking, they don't add anything cool. Like fucking like the most they'll say is edgy is like saying shit or something. Like, and I was watching that last Dynamite, like the Dynamite from Saturday or something. I was watching this freaking like, on YouTube, like the fucking stupid like, what was it? Yeah, that Dan Lambert Chris Jericho segment because they're feuding. I'm like, okay, that was cool. But then Jericho, he freaking censored himself from like saying F, and I'm like bitch, you can say fucking, you moron. And in fact, and you called them fucking what? Dipshits something. I forgot what it was, but it was funny. Like really? Like they're just like a PG fucking like show, just with like, oh, we have some cursing because we're cool and stuff. Like fuck, NXT. Say what you want about them, but at least they fucking will curse, even if it's censored.
They literally got canceled for making a cancel culture character. NXT is actually trying to do what the Attitude Era do and literally satire modern media. That's what made Attitude Era. Hell, that's even what made South Park big, because it literally satired and made fun of modern media.
South Park still does that shit, except they're just more political about it. They're just going to political satire.
And better writers too.
Yeah, I mean, a character like Joe Gacy.
I mean, sure, over 15 years ago,
Joe Gacy's character is great, but you can't have a character like that with the PC culture now.
Honestly,
it sucks because think about it. Joe Gacy is so good. I thought he was overhyped until I checked his shit out. I was wrong.
Well, yeah, Joe Gacy. He's the This is why I love Joe Gacy, and I will gladly.
You know what I said?
Do a good for wrestling.
I said this. I said he should be what Kevin Owens should have inspired to be like.
Honestly, that would have been nice.
Except more fat shaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but thinking Joe Gacy, you need that freaking type of character that's gonna like make fun of the woke culture, because fucking the woke culture is just everywhere. And they need to go a step further. They need to get a freaking because women, like especially nowadays, women have just become more intolerable cunts. Like we need to have we need a feminist character, but not like a cringy fake Becky Lynch, the man shit where it's empowered. He needs to be mocked hard, because the dudes, you can make fun of the dudes in PC culture to an extent and get away with it. Women, you can't do shit. It's like they're fucking protected in this fucking shit. We need to bruise their bras' egos, because, well, the biggest douchebags tend to be women. Like, let's just be honest here. Like, the worst people you ever meet will be probably like some of the biggest cunt women out there. I have a neighbor, for example. That thing's a mental case, and that's fucking like I just want to kill her. Oh, wow. So. Yeah, like you know what I mean? Fucking there used to be a character like just straight up aggressively fucking mocking women, because they just need to be knocked down a peg or two.
I mean, we sort of had that with Scarlett Bordeaux back on Impact when she was like, I want to be an inspiration to women. Like, not like Marilyn, not like a Joan of Arc, but like
Marilyn Monroe.
Not her. Like Iggy Azalea or Amber Rose, thoughts. Like she was trying to exploit sexuality. She was trying to bring.
That was more exploitation of the thought culture. I mean, that's good, but let's be honest here. The thought culture stuff is not even that relevant anymore. That's something you would.
Doesn't NXT also have a White Knight character too?
I don't think so. I don't remember. I think it's that Zuckin, that Quinn guy. He was like all chivalry or some shit. I don't know.
Bring guys don't like that.
Yo, who is that guy that had like is it Adrian Chase that was yelling at that dude in the fucking classroom?
Andre Chase.
That dude is cool. Dude, that guy is cool too. I like him.
Well, let me look him up. Andre Chase.
He said that was a great promo. That shit was hilarious.
He's usually always delivering great promos. Oh yeah, and now that Dewdrop sucks at 17 dislikes and over 1,000k views. What the fuck?
Bro, it's that fat shaming. It's part of Destructor's charisma.
Well, it's not just fat shaming. See, the thing is, if they're gonna make fun of someone, you kind of have to go after everyone, and then so no one can freaking like cancel you. This is why South Park is still like still on the air, because they make fun of everything. So you got to make fun of those like freaking like the conservative freaking like anti shit of it. You got to make fun of the liberals. You got to make fun of the Muslims, the religious people, the faggots. You got to make fun of everyone's, because that's what I do. I make
no barriers.
I tagged you guys in the title of the stream.
All right, very cool.
Oh, that's why I make fun of everyone, because I hate everyone. I hate everyone equally, no matter the judgment or race or anything like that. Like, come on, I am the disciple here. You must acknowledge me as your disciple.
Wait, how does that make sense? Being disciple is not a leader, Destructor.
No, it does not matter, because I can do what I want, because I am Disciple Reigns, and you will acknowledge me as your disciple, because I am.
Jesus.
Roman Reigns needs to just do a Samoan religious cult. He needs to make a Samoan religion, and then just freaking do that. Acknowledge my religion. Just do something like that. Make fun of religion or some shit. Hell, you have a priest, and you can reference like it's like Catholic priest or some shit, because I have a priest, and then just have it be known as like a freaking diddler, because we need to.
Since you just brought up priest, what do you guys? Do you guys fuck with Damian Priest or no?
No, he's a. Can we send his bitch ass back to Mexico where he belongs? Donald Trump, you forgot to send him over the wall.
Wasn't he in TNA?
No, he was in Ring of Honor.
He needs to go back to Ring of Honor.
His name was Punishment Martinez. He was a
Batman. Oh, that's right.
His name sounds like an Arkham Asylum rapist.
He's just boring. Like he's a guy that's like, the problem with like big men is like, yeah, you look big, but you just do like these fucking cruiserweight moves. Like you don't do anything cool or interesting. You just do like the most boring crap possible, and it's just boring. Like he has no energy when he talks. Like like he tries to sound like he's kind of like a gang, like he's some gangster. Like he's what happens if Roman Reigns became a ghetto freaking gangster, except he's boring. Like Roman Reigns, yeah, he doesn't have like the big high energy, but at least Roman kind of has a presence, even though he is overrated on the mic. Let's be honest here, but at least Roman has something. Unlike fucking Damian Priest, there's just not one good thing about Damian Priest. Even his physique, he doesn't look intimidating. He just looks like freaking some bar guy I would see. Like, hey, yo.
Honestly, when I made that video about him, like months ago, he was in way better shape than he is now.
Yeah. And even then, he was never in great shape. Like,
of course, he had like an average physique. Like, he was never overly big. The only thing about him is that he's tall.
Exactly. And now he's just there.
Gotta get him off, guys. Thanks for having me, people who ruin wrestling.
Hey, no problem, DST. I appreciate you joining in.
Hey, no problem, guys. And
until then, fuck Becky Lynch.
Fuck Becky Lynch.
Fuck
that. Oh, it's just us. We'll talk about random shit.
Oh, shit. Yo, so I wanted to. I know you said Rust in Peace is your favorite Megadeth album and your favorite album of all time. I'm gonna give you my top 3 songs from that album. So number 3, I'm gonna put Hangar 18.
Okay.
Number 2, Holy Wars.
Not shocked.
Number 1, Five Magics.
Okay, yeah, that's the only thing that went off the board, but that's about it.
What's your favorite song from the album, or do you not have one?
I don't have one. I can't think. It's hard to think of like shit like that.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like when somebody says, "Oh, what's your favorite song from Load?" I'm like, I never liked Load. I never liked Load at all.
I mean, Load is just it's a load of cum.
The only thing I can remember is The Memory Remains. That's it.
That's on Real Load, and that album also sucks cock too. Don't.
Yeah, so on Reload, I'm pretty sure there's 2x4, Ain't My Bitch.
Ain't My Bitch is low. The only songs I remember off of Reload is like that stupid Memory Remains and fucking like Fuel, and they both suck.
Fuel is overrated. Every time they play it at a concert, people are like, they sing along with it. I don't get it. I hate the riff.
It's just the normie fans that like. It's a mainstream fucking like butt rock song. Like that's what it is. I mean, granted, that's most of their stuff outside of the '80s, like the Black Album, the freaking the load to come and then the reload to come, and then like fucking and some songs have a hardwire, but like come on, I shouldn't expect much from Metallica these days.
I mean, they were great in the 80s. Like, honestly, that was like the prime Metallica. Like, when they started to go to the 90s, like the Black Album was decent. There were some good songs on there, but then like they hit Load and Reload, and then they just went to shit in the 90s. That's why I respect Megadeth, because they were consistently good in the 90s.
Well, I wouldn't say consistently good.
Well, okay, I'll say Rust in Peace, Countdown to Extinction, and Euthanasia were that was like peak.
More like just Countdown and fucking like Rust in Peace. Euthanasia's okay. Same with like Cryptic Rites. They're all okay, nothing special, but they're not great. And then Risk, just exists. Just do we need to really go into detail on Risk?
Well, I mean, would you consider Euthanasia like kind of like mainstream metal or like mainstream rock?
Mainstream metal. Cryptic Writings is where they went freaking more mainstream rock direction, and then Risk. The less we talk about Risk, the better for my moral sanity.
Fuck Risk. I mean, honestly, the best song off Cryptic Writings is Trust.
I don't remember Cryptic Writings. I have to go listen to that again and see what the best song is. Probably, I don't know. Not Secret Place. That's kind of boring.
I mean, there's
She-Wolf. Yeah, She-Wolf's the best song.
There's She-Wolf, Fight for Freedom, Vortex. I would say probably She-Wolf's the best song off that album. Fuck Trust. It's overrated.
Well, it's the only Megadeth song to ever go number one.
Really?
Yeah, as a song, yeah. It's the only time they ever went number one.
I thought Symphony of Destruction would be up there too, because that's like their other mainstream song I could think of.
No, it never went number one. Let me check what that went. I know it didn't go number one. Shockingly, but for like a freaking like a regular single, yeah, like fucking Trust went number one. Well, it lasted for about like what? About 1 week to like about not a month. Like it was 1 to 3 weeks. Oh my god.
I mean, I'm surprised that they won their first Grammy for fucking Dystopia in 2016.
That's because every other time when they release an album, there's always another band that releases like a better album of that year by most people than freaking
what album was better than Rust in Peace in 90? I can't think of another album.
But I mean, let's see. There's other albums like Painkiller, Persistence of Time, freaking like Lights Camera Revolution, Seasons of the Abyss. There's other albums that people would have said was better and shit like that.
No, those albums are all shit compared to Rust in Peace.
Well, no shit, yes, but also the grand scheme of things.
I love Seasons in the Abyss. I love that shit, but that whole Rust in Peace album, the entire album is a masterpiece. Every single song on there, excluding like Dawn Patrol, is goated.
Okay, yeah, no shit. From like if you're actually someone like us, yes, of course we're gonna say something smart like that, but 1990, in the grand scheme of things, Megadeth wasn't even that well known yet, and like Slayer was more popular than Megadeth, and shit like that. And Judas Priest was like the big mainstream metal band, and with their big comeback album. So
that's true. I mean, you had Judas Priest, Pantera.
No, Pantera didn't. It was not really what's the word I'm looking for? They weren't relevant yet. So that's the next year.
Oh yeah, they went relevant. They went mainstream with fucking Vulgar Display of Power. Cowboys from Hell was like, I guess, an underground success or some bullshit.
Let's see, where is it? Symphony, okay, but still, like at that script. Oh yeah, and there was also like Testament and shit, and they were like doing their thing. So like, yeah, you had the freaking competition to deal with for Megadeth. And I don't know what Grammy was in 1990 for metal because, oh yeah, many things because back then they didn't like put thrash metal in like the categories, so that's a different thing.
No offense, I always found like when I would listen to Megadeth. Shit, I would always hear like it just sounded better than other thrash, and I think that they should have gotten that recognition at Grammy.
Well, it's because Dave Mustaine is too intricate, and while freaking well, let's just see other bands, they're more melody based. Okay,
like I mean that's why Metallica was so popular because they weren't straight up thrash on like they had some thrash songs on Master of Puppets, but I guess you could say it was what speed metal.
It was thrash metal, but it wasn't like freaking like intricate thrash metal. It was thrash metal with melody and shit. Like
a lot
there's a
of
reason.
melodic riffs on there. I mean, look at Orion.
Why do you think like freaking like a band like Arch Enemy is super popular? Like even though they're a death metal band or something.
I've never listened to their shit. Like I've listened to Whitechapel and Chelsea Grin. I don't.
Whitechapel. To give them that, they're also popular because of their melodies. I'm not even that big a fan of personally because I just think deathcore is trash personally for the most part. But
yeah, for real.
But like Whitechapel's probably one of the better bands from that shithole of genre because at least they.
I like Whitechapel.
At least I can tell there's a fucking melody in a Whitechapel song. Like I listened to a song like say "This Is Exile." I'm like, okay, there's at least melodies and different structures going on. It's not just random fucking like freaking like riffs and just fucking like over the top blast beats and screaming like that just for the sake of it. Like I look at something like say Suicide Silence and I'm like, okay, their production is really what's got them popular and their frontman is charismatic. Other than that, their music is just ass. And,
Suicide Silence, they just scream the entire fucking time and then kick the black. Oh, it's just terrible. Oh, it's fucking horrible.
The only way they also got really popular is because they went fucking new metal.
Yeah, give me a break.
Go full on new metal. Yeah, go new metal. That's totally a good idea. It's not like new metal's fucking trash.
New metal's honestly, I don't like new metal. Like the only people I can really think of is like Limp Bizkit. And I fucking hate Limp Bizkit.
The only good new metal bands are like this: System of a Down, Mudvayne, Slipknot. Seven Dust is okay, I guess. That's
I like Shadows Fall.
That's metalcore.
Damn.
They're not new metal at all. Like no, fucking new metal's like more simplistic and dumbed down. Metalcore.
Would you consider Linkin Park new metal?
Yes, they are a new metal band, and they fucking suck.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
No, I hate Linkin Park. The freaking, like, most of their shit is just whiny, emo, edgelord garbage. And don't get me started on their fucking, like, okay, don't get started on their Chester the fucking molester there, that singer. Overrated cocksucker and a whiny baby. Now, it's unfortunate he died. I hate that. That's fucking sucks. Though it's probably for conspiratorial reasons. But like I hate it's unfortunate, but the dude sucks. It's just as a person, and he's a decent singer, but he's something special. Their lyrics are ass. The music's simplistic. Like I just can't stand Linkin Park.
Would you say you like Bullet for My Valentine better?
Yes, at least Bullet for My Valentine doesn't suck.
At least they have talent.
at least I can recall a good album or two by them.
I mean, like the good albums from them, I like Scream Aim and Fire, and I like their first album.
And Venom's not bad.
Venom's good. Yeah, that came out in 2015. I enjoy that album too.
Their new album looks like it actually may be good, shockingly. So maybe they'll actually get another good album.
They released an album in 2018. It was called Gravity. I'm not too sure if
it was gay. I hated it.
Yeah.
It's the worst album they ever did. I've ever listened to Temper. At least I can laugh at the shitty lyrics and the basic riffs.
About to
explode. Or Riot, right? Or Riot, where it's just like that one riff, like dun 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 dun. Like, that's it. That's it. And then
my dad's favorite song from him is "Waking the Demon."
Of course, because that actually has a bunch of different riffs and shit.
Waking the demon, where'd you run to?
I mean,
at least with Venom, that was their heaviest shit.
Nah, Scream and Fire still the heaviest shit.
Yeah,
Venom had really melodic shit, like the title track, and of course,
you want a battle? I'll give you a war. Whatever the fuck that song was called.
Yeah, here's a war. That sounds like a song you hear in like WWE or some shit.
Yeah, I thought that was an opening song to Raw.
That'd actually be a decent song for Raw, actually.
You want a battle? Here's a war.
Okay, so you seem to like metalcore because if you like Shadows Fall, you're probably into metalcore to some extent.
I love Shadows Fall, dude. Holy shit! Have you heard of a band called Diecast?
What the fuck is that shit?
Oh, you gotta check them out. They made like 2 albums, but they're pretty good.
I never heard of them. The metalcore I like is more thrash and like melodic death metal inspired. So like,
Well,
so like for example,
would you consider Trivium metalcore?
16 years ago, yes, but after 2005, they stopped being a metalcore
Dude,
band.
Shogun is goated. That's their best album.
That's not a metalcore album, though.
I know, that's their best album, in my opinion.
Try their new album, man. I should award with you on that for once. And I usually never say that for new albums, but like their new album is so goated right now. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, did Shogun came out 16 years ago?
No, 13 years ago. When I said 16 years ago, I'm referring to Ascendancy and Ember to Inferno. That's the only.
Okay.
That's the only time those guys were ever metalcore. It's like Avenged Sevenfold. Like if I want to say, when they were metalcore, I would say like, yeah, like 18 years ago.
Now they have what the fuck is that one song called?
Nowadays they're just freaking. They just do whatever the fuck they want. But like those two bands, they're what you call. They used to be metalcore, and now they just jump ship. Like, some bands do that. Like, Asking Alexandria became a butt rock band. All Our Remains ditched that before they went back to it. But still.
I remember, I think the idea of having Rhea Ripley's theme song being sung by having Bullet for My Valentine and having that girl in the same fucking thing, that'd be a good song for her.
And make a music video of it, just so we can look at the chick, because I just want to fuck her.
Yeah, you make a music video, and then you have fucking Rhea Ripley in the back, like, doing some crazy shit or whatever. I don't know. And then you have the fucking... Because at least if you bring the musical aspects of Bullet for My Valentine, like the riffs, the drums, they're talented. They're good.
It's just that the lyrics are ass, and sometimes the vocals can sound like shit.
About to explode!
Even on their good music, their lyrics are trash.
The fuck was that? On the Poison, they did a horrible cover of Welcome Home Sanitarium.
That was a freaking bonus track.
It was so bad. They skipped part of the song. They couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was. I've seen worse. I'm not saying it's great, but fuck, it was at least. Like, look at their Domination cover. When they cover that, I'm like, bruh, like. No offense to you guys, but you're not motherfucking Pantera.
Pantera's goated.
Overrated because freaking most people like. I mean, they're not a bad band, but like, my god, they suck. Metal fans suck their cocks like they're goated. Like, dude, like they're not. They were just like, especially Dimebag. Like, he's a good guitarist, but he's not one of the best. Dave Mustaine would school him. John Petrucci would just eat.
Marty Freeman would kill him.
Well, Marty Freeman's not really much of a metal guitarist. He's more of a guitar nerd.
I think James Hetfield will cook him, too.
Nah, I think Dimebag will probably hold his own.
I would say James Hetfield is a better riff writer.
He's more of a rhythm riff writer. Like, writing helps, but you gotta also have the execution and that shit like that. And, like, James Hetfield doesn't have that part. Like, Dave Mustaine is something.
Dave Mustaine is low-key. Like, people sleep on his ability. Like, no, he's actually really fucking good.
Like, when I think of guitar greatness, like, I look at John Petrucci from Dream Theater, because that's goated.
John Petrucci, he's really cool. I like him.
Oh, yeah, he's fantastic. But, okay, so metalcore freaking, like, titans, who are still metalcore and make solid music. Who is better? As the Lay Dying or Killswitch Engage?
You see, the problem with that with Killswitch Engage... weren't they those fuckers that made the CM Punk theme song?
Yes, but my problem with like people will say, "Oh, you only know for that song." I'm like, dude, that's not how they normally sound. Like the basis of that song is they wrote a wrestling theme song, but did it in their style. Most of their songs don't even sound like "This Fire Burns."
I'll be real. I like As I Lay Dying.
So you like As I Lay Dying more? Wow, most people would say Killswitch. And I'm gonna be one of those nerds. I like Killswitch Engage, but I think I like it as like when I do listen to them, I like their music more. Well, okay, since you asked me a question, I'll ask you a question about Well, to be fair, As I Lay Dying, they're about to release a new album, and it's probably going to be good. And Killswitch's last album was mediocre.
I hope it's going to be good. I hope it's good. I want to listen to it and enjoy it.
Though Killswitch Engage's last album could have been goated if they just chose the right songs. Like, if they have this like B-side shit that they did for charity, put those songs on and tell them to replace half the garbage and you have a goated album.
I'm gonna
What-
say it right now. Megadeth's new album is gonna be goated.
Doubt it.
I think it's gonna be good.
It probably will be good, but if it wants to be goated, it needs to not be chug along riffs. Because Dystopia was just chug.
Yeah.
Like it was like gets old really fast.
I like Dystopia. Don't get me wrong. I did, but I know what you're saying. After like the third track, it's the chug along.
It just starts to blend in. It's like, dude, no, something different.
See, that's the problem with like new Megadeth, like especially on Dystopia. Like if you look at their old shit, their songs weren't the same like that. Like if you look like Peace Cells, a lot of the songs are different on there. Same thing with Rust and Pete.
Well, yeah. I think it's just after after like Systems of Failed, they started slowly becoming more chug along. It only became noticeable in Dystopia.
There were some good songs on The System Has Failed. Let me think. I like Blackmail the Universe.
It's a good album, but
I like Kick the Chair and Die Dead Enough. And Back in the Day, those are like the only songs I really liked in there.
Yeah, fucking those are like the best songs, realistically.
I mean, Of Mice and Men isn't too bad, but I wouldn't put it like with those. Like Kick the Chair is nice. I like that song. That's a great song.
What's that one song? It's like a short 2-minute something song. That's like awesome. It's just that the song that leads to is like disappointing. It's not. I don't think it's called My Kingdom. It's something else.
See, I thought you were talking about that one song on Endgame where it has the intro and then it goes to
No, I'm talking about The System Has Failed. It has like a 2-minute like little song and then introduced into like the last song on the album where it's just barely over 3 minutes.
Hold on, let me look at it. I have Spotify open. Let me see if I can find it. I know what you're talking about. Like I've listened to that album a lot. So let me see if I can find it real quick.
But yeah, as of late night, they just released a new song called Roots Below. So I don't know if it's a new song completely they made from scratch or it's just a B-side from like their last album from like a few years ago.
Yeah, the intro is called Shadow of Death.
Yeah, that's the song.
It like Shadow of Death is, and it leads to My Kingdom, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, that's the shit I remember.
Oh.
But fucking I don't know. We'll see if Absolute Dying does something new, but until then, Trivium can have the new album and it's goated. It's just goated.
I gotta listen to that. I haven't listened to Trivium in a while.
Well, they released an album last year and it was cool, but it was underwhelming. This new album is called In Court of the Dragon. Like, oh my god, this is what Trivium needs to do more of. It's super aggressive and it's like shit ton of melody. There's only like one radio metal song and like this is what I want. Fuck, even that little twerp from New York, JD likes Trivium. So I'm like, you know what? You get a little respect from me, JD. If you like Trivium,
I'm surprised he said he liked Trivium.
Yeah, you just gotta look through the comments. And he was talking about like the midsection. Like, wait, you actually have a music IQ? I'm actually impressed.
I like Matt Heafy. I think he's a great guitarist.
My only problem with him is that his solos tend to be shit.
Yeah, it's the Kerry King issue.
It's not even the Kerry King issue. It's like he's just trying to be like John Petrucci, except he just does like it's just the same shit. Like it was cool the first time you did it, but like, bro, do another solo, Mike.
Honestly, I think Jeff Henneman was a better guitarist than Kerry King.
Well, he was the one that wrote all the good songs from Slayer. So it's not hard to tell. And I don't even like Slayer, but I know like Jeff Hanneman was the main guy that freaking wrote a lot of the good shit.
I mean, what the fuck is Watch Mojo did an influential guitarist list, right? And they put Kerry King on there instead of Jeff Hanneman.
Bruh. Well, Watch Mojo are a bunch of rechards, so I'm not surprised.
And then for Metallica, they put fucking Kurt Hammock over James Hetfield.
Oh, that's stupid. Like, bro, Kirk Whammett is just wah pedals.
Because James Hetfield wrote all the fucking riffs.
He wrote the songs. Fuck,
he wrote all the songs too. That's true.
Lars Ulrich deserves more songwriting credits than Kirk Hammett. Even he wrote some songs.
Yeah, Lars Ulrich's on like 140 songs. Like I'm pretty sure his names are on every single one of them.
Yeah, all the greatest Metallica songs feature like both James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich, even though Lars Ulrich's like the shittiest drummer alive.
My problem with Lars is he does the same fucking pattern of drums every single fucking song.
Because he can barely keep up and he sucks.
The only time he was actually decent on drums was on And Justice for All.
And he had to cheat to do that. That's the truth. He had to cheat.
That's true. Yeah, I mean that's the sad part. Like I love And Justice for All. I don't know how you feel about that album, but I love it.
Great album, but my God, the production and tone is just dog dookie water. And some of the songs, like, it can go on for way too long.
Yeah, Frayed Ends of Sanity. I love that song, but it goes on for too long.
That's fine. It's like the title track, To Live, to like freaking To Die or some shit. Like, if it's like over 7 minutes, it's like it's too long.
Yeah, Frayed Ends of Sanity was 7 minutes. I mean, I like that song a lot. I'm trying to think.
Dyer's Eve, Blackened, like, that's the perfect way to start and end the album.
I mean,
like,
I was never the biggest fan of Eye of the Beholder.
Shortest Straw is great.
Yes. Let's see.
Dyer's Eve is goated though.
Dyer's Eve is amazing. What else is on there? One is good. Overplayed, but it's good.
Oh yeah, but still, you ever heard of a band called God Forbid?
Yeah, I've heard of them. Are they good?
Yes. Let me break it down. Like, they're probably one of the most skilled metalcore bands, along with Shadows Fall. They're like in that same realm, except they have a fucking black dude as the front man.
This dude's a big dude, big boy,
and he's freaking more black than Killswitch Engage's old vocalist was.
Yeah, has Shadows Fall done anything lately?
No, they are still on hiatus. But I
love Threads of Life. I love that album. That's the album my dad had, and that's how I got into them.
Though they're gonna do like a one-off show, so they may come back.
Shit, I would go. I saw Megadeth with my dad at the BB&T Pavilion in Pennsylvania. That shit was fun.
What year was that?
2017. We got fucking pit tickets for $40 each.
Bruh. That's some good shit, pal.
Yeah, so there was Megadeth, Amon Amarth, Suicidal Tendencies, and Metal Church.
Oh wow, that's quite the show there, John.
I like Metal Church a lot. After that, I got into them. And then, like, I don't know. I think the only song from Suicidal Tendencies I like is what's that song? Don't Bring Me Down, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, you can't bring me down, bro. You need to let more Suicidal in your life. They are fantastic.
Though yeah, I've heard a couple of their songs.
The albums you want to...
Wasn't Robert Trujillo in that fucking band? The bassist from Metallica?
Yes, he was there from like the late 80s up until like the mid 90s.
Didn't he join fucking Ozzy after that?
No, I don't think so.
Shit, I don't fucking remember.
No, all Robert Trujillo ever did was like being like Suicidal Tendencies and like bringing the front man's like side project funk metal band, and that's about it. And then like years later, then he just fucking decided to join Metallica.
Do you like Annihilator?
What? Are you talking about Infinite Annihilator?
No, the thrash metal band.
What the fuck is that?
You never heard of Annihilator?
No!
What? You've never heard of Alice in Hell?
Nope.
Wow.
Yes, bro. I don't ever heard of that shit. Like, I just go find any metal band, doesn't matter what it is, and it just sounds
okay. If you can't call yourself a thrash metal band if you don't know this band. Do you know Overkill?
I've heard of them.
Okay. Yeah, they were from New Jersey.
Of course, that's why you're gonna like them, because they're from your hometown.
No, but their music's actually pretty good.
I try to listen to them. Like, their vocals are so fucking cheesy.
Do you like Creator?
I've heard of them. I can't say I've listened to anything from them.
They're like heavy. They're like heavier Slayer.
I have a strange feeling they're like kind of like some kind of weird like Testament Slayer hybrid, but like on crack.
I like Testament a lot.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Have you heard of what the hell they're called? Are they called they're either called Sodom or Sodom. Have you heard of them?
Nope. Exodus.
Oh, yeah, I like Exodus a lot.
Oh yeah, that's some good shit. Ever heard of what was that one band? Parkway Drive.
Yes.
Chainsaw Voice Rollins likes him, so I'm like, that's why I know him.
Of
It's like,
course
oh,
he fucking likes them. He's a fucking demon Satanist. He likes people like that.
he just likes metal music. He loves like Killswitch Engage and like Pantera and like Metallica and shit like that. He was in a fucking like Pantera concert like back in like 2001, just before they broke up. So like he got to see Pantera. So, oof.
I mean, yeah, that would have been great to fucking. I would have at least liked to see them live once, just see how they are live. I mean, I've seen like the old videos like of them doing Domination in like '88, and that was like that. Everybody reacted to that fucking video, bro. I'm like, dude, stop fucking. I hate it when they like. I hate reaction channels in general. But if you're gonna react to a song, don't react to the fucking live version. React to the studio release.
Yeah, it's like, bruh. It's like they're just laziness. Like, I had a few of my videos got reacted to by Billy Bob Tanley. You ever heard of that guy?
I have no idea that you had. Wait, people reacted to your videos?
Yeah, his name is Billy Bob Tanley or something. BBT Network. It's because
I know BBT. I know who that is.
yeah, that's what he is. He's called himself
Okay.
Billy Bob Tanley here.
Did
It's
did he praise you?
He seemed to pretty much agree what I said, so that's a stub.
What video was it? What video did he react to?
There's a few videos. It's because freaking Brandon Brandon there, Mr. Retweet guy. He freaking paid. He paid money for him to do it. It was like my Chris Benoit is like Chris Benoit freaking reasons why wrestling. He's the reason why wrestling sucks because I believe that because fuck that faggot. I hate Benoit. And like my Karrion Kross in a nutshell video on like my truth about Goldberg.
Shit, I didn't see that video.
What, Karrion Kross in a nutshell?
No, the truth about Goldberg. Like, what did you say about him?
This is when he was first feuding with Bobby Lashley. I was like, yeah, Goldberg's like old. Yeah, he should retire, something like that. But he's still better than all your jobbers, and that's just the truth.
I tell him, bro, like if you have somebody like him under contract, you gotta fucking use him. Don't because why are you paying for him to do nothing?
Because he's a freaking Jew. No, I'm just kidding.
He can provide something to the wrestling show. I said this about my Goldberg video. I said the problem with Goldberg is they'll bring him back, and then they won't give him anything to work with, and then that's when people turn on him.
Oh yeah, let's just look how it is. Like,
they'll just throw him in a title match, and then he'll win the title. Look, I have no problem with Goldberg winning titles. Like, if Triple H came back and won a title, I'd actually be happy about that. But when they just throw him out there with no storyline, no good feud. The only time I could remember good shit about him was when he faced Brock the first time when he came back at Survivor Series, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was the only good fucking thing I remember from him. And other than that, I mean, look, I love Goldberg, but if they're not going to do anything valuable with him, then why bring him there? He's just there to put over He put over Drew McIntyre. I mean,
you know what's funny? I remember in January, I was like trolling. I was like, I wanted Goldberg to win because I just didn't give a shit. I just wanted to see the fans rage because I was like, that was my little bit where I was trying to be like a wrestling anarchist or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm still trying to do that. I'm trying to be more objective before I go full on anarchy.
Right.
I mean, hey, wrestling anarchy is fun. Come on, man. But Seth Rollins, I mean, he's just an atheist moron. He's probably one of those. I can tell he's one of those atheist morons that like, oh, religion, God is stupid. But he probably acknowledges how I'm like, dude, that you're just leading yourself.
Who's part of the Black Craft Cult? You got Zelina Vega, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley,
Seth Rollins, Paige. I know she's done it. Rhea Ripley, hardcore. Becky Lynch.
Black.
Becky Lynch. Basically, any wrestler that has like a rock and metal like aura about them, they probably done it. Like these fucking current jobbers.
I don't think Toni Storm's in that though.
Nah, she's more like I'm talking about like the edgy rock stuff. Like,
oh, you think Shotzi's in there?
Oh, come on. God, she's gotta be.
Yeah.
Look at the shit. Look at the shit this broad does.
She's crazy as fuck, but I think she's good for wrestling, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, no, I would fuck her. Like I don't care if she's a degenerate. I
Her
would
tits
just.
are so nice. The weird nipple surgery is fucking weird, but I mean, other than that,
She has an ass. She has everything. She has big lips. I'm like,
she's
bro,
hot too.
she's a fucking. You're a rock. You're literally a rock star, porn star looking broad. I'm like,
I mean, I noticed that the tattoos really like I don't really like if I'm gonna date somebody, I don't like somebody with tattoos. Like she has a shit ton of tattoos and she still looks hot as fuck.
I think it's just because she still has her freaking features. She doesn't look like a
She
dyke.
looks like a girl. She doesn't look like a dyke. That's exactly.
Cuff Ruby Soho.
Oh fuck, dude, Ruby Riot, dude. I'm gonna call her Ruby Riot from now on because I'm not going off these names like Malachi Black. Ruby Riot. I remember people used to say she was a good promo and shit, but like
she's trash.
She's horrible. She's terrible.
I mean, you saw my video roasting her. I'm like, bro, she's awful. Like literally, Ricochet's a better promo than Ruby Riot. I'll stand by that.
At least Ricochet took the tried getting better.
Barely, but at least he tried.
But at least he tried. Like, dude, this is how bad wrestling is now. We give out participation trophies like it's a fucking like the holy grail out here if somebody tries because nobody else does.
I feel like Liv Morgan's probably part of that craft shit. Like she is spiritual, but she's probably one of those like spiritual people that tries out anything just because it's like, you know, whatever. So she's probably part of that too. Knowing her,
I mean, Liv Morgan's. I'll let her do whatever she wanted.
Well, it is Liv Morgan. Toni Storm's probably the only like any chick with like who's got like an edgy look about her, but isn't part of the cult. Mainly because she's more of her shit is like that freaking like cheesy rock stuff, like or like just that, or more like that freaking girl rock type shit, like she's trying to like Joan Jett or some shit, not or whatever, you know. Or like something like it's more feminist than fucking like if anything. It's like Lita.
I was talking to TJ about when like before you came on about you know Rhea Ripley and like the rocker gimmicks that they try to give out everybody. These rocker, if these are supposed to be rocker gimmicks, how come they don't do anything to like besides like flip their hair and shit?
And their attire, like their theme songs are barely anything. I mean, Rhea Ripley's old theme song, like before, like she went. Like before she has their god awful like my pussitality song. Like okay. God, that song is so gay. But like most of these chicks are just like they're like posers.
I think Toni Storm's theme song isn't too bad.
It's average.
It's better than Rhea Ripley's. I'll say
okay, yeah. It kind of fits her, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah, like freaking, like Toni Storm, like there's two, like freaking, like the type of rocker she's like Ashley Marsaros and Lita, where it's like it's probably more feminist than anything, but not like the modern feminist crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. I think honestly, like Rhea Ripley's theme song, it doesn't fit her because all she'll do is just walk out to the ring and not do anything like crazy to go. Like she should be bobbing her head to the music and shit to play up that gimmick. If that's her gimmick, she should be like you know, stopping in the middle of the ring, like fucking shaking her head and shit and doing some shit that matches the gimmick. She just walks around and all she does is the devil horns and shit, like the rock
or stomp.
That's
or
it.
the stomp, or the stomp in the foot, bro. That's
the stomp, and then she'll pull her jacket and shit. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Jobber.
She is a jobber. I mean, what do you think of her with Nikki Ash? I think they're decent.
It's just okay. So Goth Dyke. It's like a Goth Dyke tried to fucking like. It's like what happens if a dyke decides to, you know what, I'm gonna freaking, what's the word I'm looking for? Do like some kind of like, you know, like extra work, and it involves like dealing with like the autistic people.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Literally, all Rhea Ripley has to do is just not wear so much makeup, and she'll actually look like.
And her hair.
I'm telling you, bro. All she needs to do, like when she had that parted look, when she had a longer look to it, it looked better than like what she has now. Honestly, she should just have it not slicked back. She should just have it out. It'll look better like that. Just don't wear like Toni Storm probably don't wear that much makeup, but she's just naturally gorgeous, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She's fucking hot. I mean, I would get casual sex from Rhea Ripley. I mean, I would. I wouldn't. I'd be a liar if I said I wouldn't.
Well, man, that's you. Unlike me, I have standards because I'm not gonna fuck Blech. I probably puke.
I don't have standards. What the fuck does that mean?
It means that I only if I'm gonna fuck someone, it's gonna be for making love, and plus the chick's gotta be good looking. Class, no, thank you, because Rhea Ripley's like yuck. It's called good.
And
It's called.
She looks like she'd want to peg you in bed too.
Nah,
I'm good. I don't want to get pegged by some fucking dyke who's about the same height as me. Jesus Christ.
no thanks. Like it's one thing to be like on the bottom, like I can care less about that. But like there's an area where it's pegging. I'm like no.
Imagine if like you were dating her and she just pulls the shit out. She's like, it's time, and I'm like, man, fuck that. I'd run. I'd try to fight her off with I'd grab the peg and be like, here, I'm gonna try to fucking fight you with it.
Yeah, that'd probably be what happening.
She's a scary fucking bitch, dude. Just fucking weird.
I don't know. I mean, fuck. Who knows? I mean, Toni Storm, like fucking her. For all we know, I mean, she wasn't dating some dude or something. She just probably like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go fuck a chick or some shit.
Isn't she dating fucking Juice Robinson?
Yeah, they got engaged, but Toni Storm is like bisexual apparently, which okay.
Okay, I'll tell you something right here. You know she ain't faithful to that guy. Give me a break. They're long distance too. She's probably fucking somebody in the back and at the. Is she on the main roster yet, or is she still in NXT?
Yes, she's in the main roster. SmackDown? Yeah, she's on the main roster, but she's been treated like a jobber. Like she's only had one win.
Getting fucked by Roman Reigns. I mean, Big Dog's probably he's like, oh, trouble.
Nah, Roman's got his own wife. I mean, have you seen Roman's wife?
Yeah, she's hot.
Roman don't need. Plus, Roman's a Catholic, so Roman's got to friggin' stay true to his friggin' faith and not be whatever. I'm telling you, Roman Reigns would do great as a Catholic gimmick. If you give him like a Catholic cult
Toni
gimmick.
Storm needs to win the SmackDown. She needs to win the SmackDown Women's Championship by the end of the year.
She won't.
It's sad. She should win it. She's a talented chick. Like that problem, they don't use the talented ones. They always use the ones that suck or are below average, like Rhea Ripley. They need to use like Toni Storm.
They only use cunts and complainers and don't have sex appeal. The only even like Carmella's like, but wait, isn't she hot? No, she's ugly. Get your facts straight.
The only thing she has is tits. That's it.
Even then, they're awful. They're like they're too fake.
You could tell they're fake.
They're way too fake. Like I understand, like I understand a lot of these chicks. They always have these fucking breast implant shit. But the difference between someone like say Carmella and like say Taya Valkyrie is that Taya Valkyrie, you want to actually fuck her.
She's like, hot as fuck. Is she in? Where is she right now?
NXT. The problem with Taya Valkyrie is that her hair is so fucking retarded. Like, bro, why are you going for this weird shave shit? And I don't know. She does have quite a bit of muscle. Not as bad as Rhea Ripley, but it's noticeable. Like, I don't know.
See, that's the problem with like Rhea Ripley. I saw old pictures of her like when she was on the indie. She had long hair. She's an attractive chick.
She used to be, but no, all this freaking. Why would
you cut your hair that? Okay, if she cut her hair and maybe she didn't give like she has too much muscle on her, bro.
That's why That's why she's ugly. Like
she's
muscle.
A bodybuilder. It doesn't matter if her face looks good or anything. It's just her body. It's like when the girl has bigger muscles than you. That's a fucking problem.
It's gross.
It's
like
disgusting.
No offense. Like I mean, like unless you're not looking for like guys, and that's fine. But like that's the only reason why you shouldn't be looking for. You know, you're gonna be a chick and have muscles, is because you're not interested in dating right now.
I'll tell you. I'll say. I think Gavin would go after her.
Gavin used to think Charlotte was hot, and now she's ugly.
No, well, she had nice tits. That was it.
Exactly. That's the reason why Gavin liked her, because it's like, oh look, titties. Because you know how freaking people like Gavin are, like the gay black people.
I brought that up in my new video, like where I was talking about the champions in WWE, like for the women. I was like, at least when Charlotte, like a couple years ago, had nice tits you could look at. There's like nothing to look at now. She's flatter than a fucking cutting board. She looks like Dolph Ziggler.
Well, not even that she looks like Dolph Ziggler, which that's getting really fucking old.
It's disgusting to look at.
Her plastic.
Tune into that.
She clearly does too much plastic surgery, like Botoxing and like, bro. And it's not even like it's not even like an Angelina Love, like Botox, where like you look like a disgusting whore that you would want to fuck.
She has brick tight fucking abs. You could tell she's very insecure about herself. Yo, the fucking people make fun of her hard, bro.
Even Dave Meltzer, when Dave Meltzer gets something right about you, that's bad. That face.
is calling me.
You have Facebook?
It's Facebook Messenger. Give me a second. I'm gonna mute up so I don't fucking hear. You don't have to hear that.
Well, until then, how is that everyone watching the stream? That anyone that's left, he has to do this shit. And fuck Becky Lynch. I'm just kidding. That's just for me when I have to leave. Lol. No.
All right, Destructor. I'm a head out. If I go live, you want to come on again tomorrow?
I'm probably gonna be busy tomorrow. I got a video to do on Mustafa Ali,
Okay.
where you saw my amazing thumbnail, and I got to do some other shit in my current life. I got to keep an eye on my father right now, personal shit.
Okay, man. Well, until next time. Thank you for everybody who tuned in. Thank you to DST Show, Dr. CamBoss, Destructor, and TJ the Prodigy for joining me. I will have some new videos this week, and the stream will be up
Boobies.
on YouTube just in case you missed. Fuck Becky Lynch, am I right?
Fuck Becky Lynch. Hashtag fuck Becky Lynch.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good night.